Hello, everybody. Pop Culture Curator here, and we are back for another horror sci-fi stream. And I know last week we had some technical difficulties, so we had to sort of change it to a rumblings from the live stream at the last moment. But tonight, I think we'll be able to play the entire movie without issues for our and your enjoyment. And I hope you enjoy the stream tonight. If you do, consider giving me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so, maybe subscribe to my channel. And likewise, maybe as you hear some names tonight and we introduce everybody here, maybe you can consider subbing and checking out their channels as well. I want to first welcome my fellow panelists, and I usually go clockwise. I don't know why, but first I'm going to say hello to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. How are you doing tonight, Gorilla?
Pretty good. Apparently, I was being kind of a dick today.
Oh, how's that?
All I said is, probably on the day I'm going to die, I'm going to have to come in and work half a shift, then have to go dig my own grave because that's how reliable a lot of y'all are. That's all I said.
To who?
People at work.
Oh, and
I mean,
pray tell what happened after that.
I just got told I got to be nice to people.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes people are a little too sensitive, right?
Yeah. No, but I actually got to try some coconut shrimp tonight from the Red Lobster that put a lot of their stuff in Walmart there. It's
Coconut shrimp, huh?
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it's delicious.
Well, since it had coconut on it, what do you dip it in, or do you just eat it
Well,
by
it comes
itself?
with a sweet chili sauce, but I just ate it on its own.
What kind of sauce?
Sweet chili.
That's interesting.
Nice.
I would try. I would at least dip it once to see how it tastes. That sounds actually pretty yummy, doesn't it? What do you think, Nemesis? I think it does. So Red Lobster.
I'm not a seafood person.
Yeah, Red Lobster.
Well, I'm not a big fan of like I won't eat lobster and crab, but I like shrimp. I like shrimp cocktail and Chinese deep fried shrimp, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Red Lobster, they've been putting a lot of their stuff in, like packaging a lot of their stuff and putting it in Walmart.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with a lot. Chef Ramsay brand. I've been watching some reviews of that stuff. It's expensive and small portions. What do you think about it for the price? What would you give it?
It's a good snack for like maybe once every 2 months or something like that. It's not something I'm gonna buy all the time just because of the price. But I just thought it a treat and something to snack on and something to review.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. Oh, so you're gonna do a video?
I already did.
Ooh, I need to check it out. Sorry, I've been busy waiting the computer, doing errands all day. So I will check it out and I'll give it a thumbs up. And finally, I get to introduce my good friend Nemesis Abid. Nemesis, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, Pop. I'm glad to be here.
Well, we're glad, even more so, that you're here to join us tonight. So I'm excited. I mean, I've been wanting everyone to see this movie, but it seems to me like forever. But finally, most of you, at least I know, watched it 3 weeks ago when I first posted the link, and we decided we were going to do it. So I apologize for being. I think it was 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago originally when we first.
2 weeks.
I watched it last week.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully you guys remember it fairly well in your memory tonight. Now, here's what I'm going to ask everyone. Oh, well, first of all, hold on. I apologize. My apologies. I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Obviously, what am I doing? My brain's not working right now. I apologize. My sincerest apologies to everybody. And I do want to get caught up on the chat and mention what everybody's saying because I'm sure. And like I figured, yes, there's some very polite people who've been here waiting, and I wanted to shout them out. And here he is. And hello, PvP. Good to see you.
Hi, guys.
You're late.
Just in time
today. Yeah,
excellent.
Not too late.
Nope, you're not. Just in time. I was just ready to say hello to the chat before we get started with the movie. Hello, Suzanne Eckstein. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, PvP.
No, I did a short day today. I just did my 4-hour shift because I figured that way I could be here pretty much on time instead of being an hour late like I usually am. So.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed this with us from the beginning. Because that's what I was going to mention is I was going to ask everybody, should we start where we left off last week? But I thought, well, if people come along on the rerun and watch this, they're going to be confused if we skip the first, what was it, 30 minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I suppose.
Well-
we're going to start at the beginning. Is that all right?
Oh hell yeah, dude! You've been like super excited for this movie for like ever, so I was really upset that like we couldn't get you to even like be a part of it last time. Last time was a shit show anyway, so
Well, it was
it's better just to start from the top. This time with feeling.
Right. Yeah, because, well, what was going on was because of the technical difficulties. I was in the background trying to figure out some way to get it to work, so I wasn't really engaged with the conversation very much. I apologize for that.
Yeah, then
Because I know you guys were right, and Gorilla's over there struggling trying to get the movie to work, and it keeps freezing. I felt bad for you, Gorilla. I apologize, but thank you for the great work that night.
Yeah.
But tonight we shouldn't have that issue, as far as I know.
And I could deal with the issues there, but what ticked me off is it froze on the one titty seed there for a while. I was like, oh shit, Pop's gonna might accidentally get hit with this one because it froze up on me.
Yeah, I guess I haven't looked. Maybe I should check to see if I got any kind of warning on. I doubt it, but I'll check. And I'm happy that I didn't get a warning for Gilligan's Island, and I didn't get one for Lost in
nice.
Space.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm happy. So yeah, we did something right that time.
Yeah, I didn't get.
But okay. Go ahead.
I didn't get hit for my Walton stream there when I did, but I got hit with that. It's raining men for you that I did for you.
Really?
I'm sorry about that. Talk
You're
about
fine.
people. Yeah, it was not. Just are you going to go ahead and cut it out then, so they remove the
I
warning?
don't know yet. It's
Well,
gotten all the views. It's gotten all the views it's gonna probably get.
That's
So-
Actually-
true. I'm thinking about. Go
Actually,
ahead,
I have not watched it yet. I got to get around to doing that tonight.
Yeah, what you could do is snippet. You can copy out that piece that we can watch it later on your old computer, but you won't have it on his channel. That's what I would suggest. It's a good clip to have, but I guess, but we can't replay it for anybody because we'll get the same warning. But if it's something you want to keep, you can easily save a copy of it, of that. That's of that segment.
Good point. Yeah.
And Suzanne Eckstein says, hello, Pop. Hello, Suzanne. I hope you're doing well tonight. And I'm going to be posting your link tonight, if that's okay with you. Yes, I'm excited. And I'm glad to see. It looks like we're going to have a great turnout tonight. And Resolute Germ, good friend, says, hello. Hello, Resolute Germ. And Suzanne Eckstein says, Germ, hello. And Germ says, hi, Suzanne. And that's cool. Everybody's saying hello, Suzanne. Love the intro. Well, thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. I love putting them together. I need to change it up, though, because I don't know. I look at them and I think, do they all look the same? I at least want them to be a variety. And Suzanne says, hello, Gorilla. Lemon Pie says, hey, sicky horror fans. Well, good to see you. We might be a little sick and twisted, but we love you when you get here, Lemon Pie.
Yeah. Hey, Scurvy, and hey, Germ. How's it going?
Yes, hope you guys are doing well. I'm
Yeah,
glad you
hi,
can
Lemon.
Hey, Lemon. Hey, Germ.
And Suzanne says, Lemon Pie, hiya. And Lemon Pie says, hey, Suzanne. And Suzanne drops a link there for Nemesis of Eden. And thank you for that, Suzanne. That's very kind of you.
Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate it. And definitely check out her link when we drop it and help her out if you can. She really appreciates it and deserves it. She's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I want you guys to consider my channel. And if you ever need help with anything, you're more than welcome to come here and we'll help promote it. So this is the place to go for support if you ever need that. Because they've done the same thing for me and I can never be able to repay them completely. But I know what it's like to be in that position. And Suzanne drops the link once again. But this time for Resolute Germ. Thank you for that, Suzanne. And Lemon Pie throws, I'm not sure, and I think a coconut. Coconut shrimp?
A shrimp and a coconut.
There you go. Thank you. And Suzanne drops a link for Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Lemon Pie says, hey, Pop, Nemesis, Gorilla. This is going to be a fun night. And Suzanne
against
says,
Suzanne.
yes, Suzanne says, PvP, hello, dear. And hello, Daniel. So glad that you are here. I hope you've seen the movie, Daniel, and I hope you enjoy yourself tonight. Lemon Pie says, hello, eggnog picker.
Hey again, Lemon.
You'll never live that down.
Never
Lemon
will.
Pie.
No.
Nope. Lemon Pie, we should get you.
You got to embrace it, bro.
Oh yeah, I have fun with it. I enjoy Lemon's jokes actually. They're usually pretty darn good, I gotta say.
Yes, I agree. I always welcome when Lemon's here. Lemon Pie says, hey, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
And, oops, I missed. Get that back up there. Daniel says, hello, Lemon Pie. And Suzanne drops a link to Pleasant Valley Picture Channel, also known as PVP, up here on the panel.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Suzanne says, Daniel, hello. Daniel says, hi, Suzanne. And Daniel says, cold day today. Yeah, it's interesting because it was cold a few days ago, but like it was actually warm here. So I was able to do some work in the backyard tonight. Or today that was nice. But Daniel, make sure you keep warm and bundle up when it gets cold like that. Lemon Pie says, hey, Germ. And if I can get this thing, it's moving. Germ says, got to get some stuff done before bed, so I'm going to call it a night. Have a good one, everybody. Good night, Resolute Germ. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Night, Germ.
Night, Germ.
Yes, absolutely. Hello to my good friend LDG. Welcome. Well, LDG.
Hey, LDG.
LDG through the net. He says evening, and we'll be posting the link to his underground as well tonight. And thank you for joining us, LDG. I hope you have a good time.
Yeah.
And Daniel says hello. Yes, sorry to talk over you like that. Daniel's Hot Topic says hello, LDG. And Suzanne says LDG, hello. And Daniel says, I never heard of Hatchet before. Well, Daniel, did you get a chance to watch it? I think you'll enjoy it if you like. Well, I was going to say if you like these kind of movies, but I guess we'll know later on. Give us your review tonight before you leave. And Suzanne drops a link to LDG channel. Thank you, Suzanne. He's a very nice guy. He's smart and he's funny. So yeah, I definitely encourage everyone to check out his. He has what's called an underground. And if I don't see the Stream Elements put it up soon, I will. But Suzanne did. Thank you. That was my piece. All right.
Definitely check him out.
Yes, we are caught up with the chat. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and get us started. Everybody on the panel, are you guys ready, or is there anything you want to add before we start the movie?
Nope, my thing is coming in later, way later.
Gotcha.
That thing's coming.
Okay, so like I explained previously, we're going to go ahead and start from the beginning because of the issues last time. And all right, without further ado, we get the subtitles ready to go. It's one thing I always seem to forget. Make sure I pick the right one. I think it's share screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this is it.
Oh. Hey, and welcome Euler Greg here. Suzanne, or Scurvy says, Suzanne, thanks for dropping so many links I can focus on my beer. Which reminds me.
I know, exactly. Now, go ahead, sorry. And good to see you, Ola Greg. Go ahead.
Good to see you, OG.
Euler Greg says, chop, chop.
Yeah, this is a horror sci-fi stream. So there's a disclaimer. You're gonna see we might start getting a little more horror, gore, and things like that. I hope it's okay for everybody. I know this may be a little over the top for Gorilla, at least. Maybe Suzanne.
Oh. Well, yeah, just wait until I have control. Oh, man. Poor Gorilla. And poor Suzanne. Suzanne's not even going to watch the movies. I don't blame her for that. But no, dude, the practical effects in this movie are awesome.
That's exactly. That's the whole point. Is a practical, not CG, right? Because it's true horrors, 80s, 70s, and 80s. He said was his inspiration.
Yeah.
Adam Green is the guy who wrote and directed.
And Scurvy says horror sci-fi sounds awesome. Oh, horror sci-fi.
I mean, I've seen some horror sci-fi myself, and it's pretty awesome. I will agree. Yes, I mean, but we can't talk about that on YouTube.
That is true. And keep in mind, everybody, if you enjoy the movie, whether you do or not, well, hopefully if you don't, you'll enjoy it more by the end after we cover it. I think it's going to be a fun night. But I also wanted to remind everybody to please vote in my community tab on YouTube. I'm asking everybody if you guys want me to change up how we show this these movies. Like we've just been kind of randomly letting people vote and kind of just going blindly, I guess you could say. But I have a few options on there. You guys can vote if you like. If you guys want to cover the Hammer horror movies, and maybe if I can't remember all the options right now off the top of my head. But if you want us to cover classics, I think is one of them. Do you want to continue the? Do you want to save at least one night where we vote, like we've been doing, where we can just throw up titles and everybody vote on that? So have a random movie of the month, and then have also, like I said, maybe a classic. If we have a certain night every month, so people can depend singing. Oh, well, this is the third Thursday or the third Tuesday of the month. So tonight is like Hammer movie night or something like that. Make it a little predictable, but yet change it up to a variety. And also one of the options is it is called horror sci-fi after all. Do you think we're not putting enough sci-fi? Do you think we should reserve a night for sci-fi movies? That's another option. And also below the poll is the comment section. If you have suggestions, obviously you're very, very welcome to give me suggestions. Because that's all that I have out there. I have a few ideas that I've been bouncing back and forth. But I definitely welcome any opinions and suggestions you guys have. You can do that tonight during the stream, or you can respond on my community tab. If you check out my posting addressing the subject, you just go down below there. You'll see where the comment section is. And feel free to do that. And by the way, if you'd like, which it would be a great idea, is if we do discuss it tonight during the stream, please also put it in the community tab so I don't forget. Because when the stream is over, it's like 3 or 4 hours later, and I want to make sure I don't forget anything that anybody suggested that was a good idea. So good idea, bad idea, I don't care. Post it, let us know. We can discuss it tonight. It's open for discussion for anybody and everyone on the panel, as well as the chat. I want everyone to feel they can put their input in. But if you do, like I said, if you bring up a suggestion, we're all talking about, say, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Please also post it in the comment section of my community tab so that I do not forget. And that way I can also tabulate the vote, how many people are voting for what. So if we can do all that there and here, I encourage both, and I appreciate it. And sorry for that long-winded disclaimer. So what do you guys think about
the idea? Bob.
What do you guys think about the idea of voting to change and pick certain nights or whatever?
I'd like to have a sci-fi night. I'm a sci-fi guy.
Nerd.
Vote for that. Right. Vote for that in the community tab. And the same for everybody else. If you feel you have any ideas, feel free to speak up. And without further ado, okay. Go ahead.
I looked at your list on Twitter earlier before I came on the stream, and I think you got a good list of different ideas here for sure. I just have a question quickly. What do you consider? You said it's a night dedicated to classic movies. Now, what's the definition of the classic movies? I'm just a little curious.
Well, what I was also thinking, that was what I'm limited to how many suggestions I could put when I'm doing the survey on my community tab. I think I'm only limited to 4. So that was only 4 suggestions. If you guys like one of those 4 suggestions, that's wonderful. But I was kind of discussing it on our last stream last week. Some of the suggestions also is that I pick, or Nemesis, we reserve a night where him and I, or one week he'll suggest a movie on this certain Tuesday, and then the next night I'll suggest a movie, and then he can suggest a movie. What do you think about that, Nemesis? Because we were talking about that last week, and I was thinking, well, I know that's a good idea, but that'll take it 2 days out of the week. And I thought, if we have 1 day out of the week and we rotate, where this week it's mine and next week it's yours, what do you think about that?
We could do that too, for sure. Definitely. I just like to be able to, pick a movie too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and when it comes,
we can rotate, and it'll still leave the other more variety for the other 3 weeks or whatever. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, but I'm exhausted. I got up before sunrise today, and I did a lot of work, so I might be a little out of it tonight. I apologize, guys.
It's all good, buddy. We can.
And of course, I
That's
took
okay.
oxy. I took oxy, so I'm a little like woohoo.
Uh-oh.
It's all good, buddy. It's all good. We understand. Yeah, no. Yeah, whether we rotate or whether you and I have a week each, I think it'd be nice to have 1 week to let people vote for sure, and then if we wanted to do a week for sci-fi, that would be good too, because we do say it's the horror sci-fi stream, and we do very little of sci-fi. So, like, we could have, like, I mean, I'm greedy, so like, I want my own week. But
I know, me too. But I was thinking about it. I want to have a variety.
Man.
I think if we rotate, we'll still be able to get our suggestions, and that way, think about that. We've got. I know we have similar tastes, but we also have different tastes because we're two different people. So if we rotate every week, that's kind of more exciting in a way. When I was young in the 70s, I'm old. NBC used to have a weekly mystery movie, and what they'd have is like they'd have one night it was on a Sunday night. One night they would have it was all like detectives, and they had like Columbo one night. Then the next week they'd have McCloud. Then the next week they'd have the Snoop Sisters, and they would do it like that. And then that's how, like, Columbo eventually became the big TV series because of that. So some of those would go on to be their own series. But it's kind of cool sometimes if you kind of rotate. Do you remember that PvP?
Yeah, I remember McMillan and a Wife was part of that package too, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes, McMillan and Wife. Yes, with Rock Hudson and Susan St. James.
Yeah, I remember we used to get it here too. So yeah, I can't remember how often I watched it, but I know I did catch some of them at times. When
I watched them all the time. I love mystery. When I was a kid, I was telling you guys that I watched Perry Mason, so I was absolutely hooked on those mystery movies.
Yeah, well, it was a good idea the network had. Like, that was back in the day when TV actually still had some creativity left in it, right?
Yes.
You know, and there were still some good things on the TV.
Right. So yeah, like, vote everybody. Go ahead.
Definitely. No, I was literally just going to say that. I'm like, just leave your vote if you guys have any ideas that you think would work better than that. For now, I say we just start with the movie. What do you say?
Absolutely, because people have been waiting for 2 weeks. So everybody, I'm sure, telling me to shut up anyway. How are we doing on the chats, Gorilla?
I'll catch him up here real quick here.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
And Suzanne says, I love Hatchet, LOL. Oiler Greg says, hi, Suzanne. Vote for Lizard movies, says Oiler Greg.
Yeah, I agree. I've been talking about that one with Dirk Benedict and Strother Martin.
And welcome, Jim. Landscaping LLC #1.
Hey, Jim. Hope you're doing well tonight.
Hi, Jim. Hi, Oiler.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Oiler.
And he got this movie. Guess what? I got in my mailbox video up. Cool. I seen it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Saying hi to everybody. And welcome, Cody Guy. Welcome.
Hello, Cody Guy. Welcome. Hope you're doing good.
And apparently, McMillan's wife's on fire. All right, we're all caught
Cody.
up.
Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. All right, so here we go, everybody. Hopefully, we won't get too stricken. But obviously, we have our opening here. Feel free.
Amazing.
I know. Yeah, I know you guys had comments last week. So if you can remember what you said, feel free to. I know it's going to sound like you're copying yourself or repeating yourself, but feel free to throw your comments in here as well. Obviously.
Oh, we're talking about how big of a dumbass this guy is. He doesn't bring a shot, at least bring a 22 with him, and there he just got the damn spear, you know, and he's just being a complete dick to his son.
Yeah, well,
that's because it's Freddy Krueger, bro. He's gonna like haunt that alligator in his dreams and kill him that way.
I think, and they went a little over the. Well, I think because the script for this movie is horror/comedy, which is great because that's a fine line to balance. They easily could have screwed it up when they're making this movie. There's very few movies where the comedy and the horror are done well and they're blended so well. But I think it's like an extreme exaggeration of redneck. Maybe
for sure.
Not so much, right? Maybe in some cases not so much. But I worked in the South for a couple of years, and yeah, I've seen people that are, let's just say, similar to this. I'm not going to, no offense to anybody out there. I'm not trying to insult anybody.
Well, it is kind of the classic redneck trope in this scene, isn't it?
It is. But of course, you're going to have Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger, so he's going to play it over the top.
Yeah.
And the guy's a legend, obviously, as we all know. But if I remember right, Gorilla said he has not seen Nightmare on Elm Street. Is that right?
No.
Well, then I guess that's some of our homework we need to do. We'll figure out which night of the week we'll cover that one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people vote for classics. We can do classics. But I still want to keep it up. I don't want to avoid newer movies either. So after I posted that suggestion, I was thinking, well, we can't spend 2 nights of the week. 2 nights of the month. Like if we say one night. Let's say the third week of, just for example, the third week of the month, we say we do classics, and then I don't want to have to pick a second day where we do modern movies because that takes 2 days. So unless we rotate, like similar to what I was talking about doing with Nemesis Night, we can have a classic one week and then a more modern movie the next. I don't know.
I mean, I'm personally tempted to have like the Hammer horror film because it's something I've never watched, but I've seen lots of documentaries on, and would be really interesting to see your interpretation on.
I'm hoping people vote for it. I was looking earlier, and it did have some votes. But I'm not, believe me, if I had a choice, I'd say, okay, we're going to definitely do it. But I do want to let you guys have some input. I don't want everybody to think that we're just moving and doing this without them.
Well, there's enough.
But I encourage you. Right.
Enough found horror films. You could go for quite some time watching those because there's a lot of them. So I think.
Right.
Well, they're like.
Right. I want to encourage for anybody listening or watching, if you don't know what the Hammer movies are, I highly encourage you to vote for that because they are excellent. And that's actually, out of all the comments I put up, that's, I think, one of the best ones. So, but of course, you can choose whatever you want. I do encourage you, if you can, to vote for the Hammer movies.
I would like to see a little bit more sci-fi on here, actually, too, as you mentioned earlier, because we haven't really done any serious sci-fi in a while now. So, like we did Forbidden Planet, was it? I think on here.
Forbidden Planet, we did Metropolis. Right.
Yeah.
We did a couple, just not as much, not as evenly balanced, I was thinking, as the horror. And it is horror. And it is supposed to be a horror sci-fi stream. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just thinking. So 1 week, you, me, swap. Next week, sci-fi. Next week, Hammer horror. And then the final week of the month, people vote.
That'd be good.
I could do it like that, but I want to write that down. I need to get that in. Yeah, because I'm going to forget that. And that is a great suggestion.
Well, I think variety is the main word, to keep it interesting, right? Just mixing it up and, keeping it fresh kind of thing. It
also expands our audience.
Exactly. That too,
yeah. It expands the audience, and that's why I definitely want to, I want to keep a week where people can vote. So we still have that.
Yeah. That's
and for suggestions, I want to make this clear. For the 1 week of the month where people we're voting for a movie, I absolutely encourage you to give us suggestions. I want everyone to have input on that as well. Because before, I was just thinking of titles and then putting them out there and saying, okay, everybody, here's 4 of them that I've chosen. Please vote. And I'm not sure if people like that or not, but they're also welcome to put in their own suggestions or to bring them up during these streams, like tonight. And then that way, if it's a good suggestion, you just say, okay, then I do encourage everybody. Like I said, I need to be able to write this down. So if you come up with a suggestion and we talk about it, send it to me via Twitter. I'll put my handle in the chat. If you don't have Twitter,
sounds good, Pop.
We'll figure out a way with email or something. I know, I'm sorry I'm going on and on rambling. But okay, I apologize.
It's all good, buddy. We've been staring at Robert England's beautiful face this entire time, so it's all good.
You
No,
know,
and
Right,
it's,
so
I
this
think it
is
is interesting because they later on we'll find out another character who belongs to these people, and it's interesting because it's while they are overplaying the redneck aspect of it, you can tell there's a lot of contempt for the son. He doesn't like the son, and the son's bringing this up, and we find out later that there's another family member that he keeps talking about. Why can't you be like your sister?
yes.
Yeah.
And we meet someone else later in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was nice that all the characters. The script is good because a lot of times when you watch movies like this, they mention characters for no reason out of nowhere, and they don't go back to that, and that makes no sense. But it's a tight script here, and there's not a lot of fat. I think the action keeps going. It starts out pretty well, and the movie it doesn't really lag into me parts. I don't want to give my final review yet, but I was just watching it again today, and I love the pacing. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
it's paced very well.
Trying to talk.
Yeah, that's one reason I enjoyed it. Was the pacing was really, really solid. Really good pacing in this movie.
And you're right, he doesn't treat his son very well.
Yeah, because he keeps calling him, this part here, like anybody who's ever gone out fishing and that, taking a leak in the damn lake there, and right up there, a big old gator comes off about that stuff. I guess we wouldn't have to worry about breeding, I guess.
Right,
Yeah,
like I was telling you guys last time.
That'd be a
Sorry,
very
go ahead,
painful
DB.
way to change your gender really quickly.
Hey, it's
Right.
real cheap.
Save money, right? Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It's the redneck discount right there for your gender reassignment surgery.
Oh my god, but it would do like a death roll, and it wouldn't just bite it off. It would rip and twist, and oh my god, no. I'll spend the money elsewhere, thanks. As little as that is. Ugh, good god.
Oh boy.
Too much.
Well, no. Oh, no, not even, buddy.
But now he has to change. Now you need to change your pants for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I would
totally.
have, minimum, I'd probably have an elephant gun or something like that if I was doing this. Yeah, you're right. Using a stick is not going to be something very smart.
Or at least a 22. A little
But
pea
I'm just
shooter like
bounce
a
off
22.
you mean hoping to board them up? I don't see how it's going to kill them. It won't even get to that high like you guys were talking about last time.
Well, it'd be
Right?
more useful than a spear.
I don't think. Yeah, I really think a shotgun would be strong enough. I mean, it'll maybe hurt it to scare it away, but now you want to kill it. I mean, you got to pierce that skull, right?
You might be able to do it with a buckshot. But I don't know how thick their skulls are.
I don't think it'll go through.
You'd want to like aim on the underside, or get him with an open mouth. Be like, there's the weak point, boom. But like, I mean, how quick are your reflexes on that point?
There, then we find his dad there.
Yeah, if I
Wah, wah.
unfortunately.
Then he gets he ends up all hacked up.
Right, and he says it hurts. Which I'm sure it does. I'm glad he explains that to us. Oh yeah,
See, and
I
it's like-
apologize, Gorilla. This is the stuff Gorilla was telling me previously. He doesn't like the blood splattering. I hope it was okay for you, Gorilla.
Oh, here ain't I?
Oh yeah, you're here.
Yeah, he is.
I made it to the end of the movie just so I could give it the one FU.
That sounds good. And we get an introduction to our cast. The wonderful Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley. If anybody doesn't know, he's one famous for playing Jason from the Friday 13th movies. He played not Jason in every single one of them. There was like, I don't know how many 13 movies or whatever, but he played the best Jason in a handful of them.
I recognized Tony Todd from Star Trek.
Oh, I know him from
Totally.
Candyman and Night of the Living Dead, the 1991 version. He's great, and he's got an amazing voice. What I have to ask, what did he play in Star Trek?
He played an older Jake Sisko in I think it was season 5 of DS9. I'll get the episode up for you.
Oh yeah, that was a really good
It's actually
episode
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
Wait, okay, when you say Jake Sisko, is that the captain of DS9?
Oh, that's his son.
It's his son. Sorry,
the
didn't
little
know.
boy.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's the little boy grown up, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
Basically,
it was kind of like a story, but they're. Oh wait, Tony Todd was in multiple episodes.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. You need to watch more DS9. It's amazing.
He was in a few.
Oh,
for sure. Yeah.
I'm looking at memory. Because
I remember.
See, and it's funny because, like, I recognized his voice before I recognized who he was because I'm like, as soon as he said, oh, what was it, cocksucker? Or he said motherfucker or cocksucker, one of the two. And I was just like, oh, I know who that is. And I was just like, oh, it's Tony Todd. Because I'll be honest, I didn't recognize him immediately. that one little bit of makeup fooled me good.
Yeah. Well, he's got one of those voices that you just recognize instantly, right? So.
Yeah, he was in the Visitor season 4, episode 3.
Very cool. I might check that out because I like him.
Yeah, that was an excellent.
I've been a fan of his for decades.
Yeah, he's amazing. Fantastic actor. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead, Gorilla.
I was gonna say he also played an Erosion there, and apparently a Klingon. There, I think that was Kern. Did he play Kern? Looks like he played Kern.
Yeah, I think he did.
That I don't know.
Worf's brother,
That'd be
right?
Worf's brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was him. Actually, come to think of it. But that was wasn't that? Was that in Next Generation or was that Deep Space Nine? I forget now.
Both.
He was good in that too, though. He's.
I'm pretty sure Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. No, he was in 2 episodes of TNG, if I remember correctly, and a couple episodes of DS9.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for him.
But he got this drunk guy passed out. Like, who the heck passes out at a park? This is the guy who'd get the dicks drawn on him.
I mean, that would be me. I mean, being honest, like.
This is the guy, by the way. This guy's a big fan of Alfred Hitchcock, so this is the writer and director of this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! No way.
Yes, that's why I stopped on this frame. Yeah, his name's Adam Green.
Yeah, but he's the first one to pass out the party. So.
It's a good movie. I think he did a good job on it. Of course.
Yeah. Well, he's still the first one to pass out at a party, so he's the one getting the dicks drawn on him.
Right, especially you don't want to do it with anybody around like this.
Oh. Yeah, and YouTube, so all those people there identified as male, so those are not women's titties; those are man titties.
Right, man boobs.
Yeah, they're man boobs.
You leave the moobs out of this.
Oh, that's a nice.
Sorry, that's right. I can't. I got to remember I'm on YouTube. I got to hurt and skip past those. I apologize.
Yeah,
I don't want to offend anybody out there.
Tell you that lady had a nice pair.
We're making a disclaimer to their man boobs.
Right, I feel bad. I'm skipping through it so fast because I'm trying to avoid the nudity. But you guys,
no, you're good here. I'll let you know when you get
able to comprehend the plot.
You're good for a while.
I just don't want to make the plot.
Well,
the plot.
Okay, well, the plot so far is this dude is bitching about his girlfriend getting broken up with him, and he doesn't want to party. That's the plot so far. There's been moves.
But they want to take it. They want him to go out and have fun and see all the sights, and he's not in the mood, so he's making up excuses, right?
Yeah. Then he's also complaining his room smells like a pay by the hour.
Right, which is not good, of course. So he says he's going to head the opposite direction, and his friend decides to go with him so he wouldn't be alone.
Yeah.
Like a true good friend he is that's totally not going to come back and bite him in the ass. Remember, guys, no good deed goes unpunished. And here we have Tony Todd.
Legendary Tony Todd.
With Gorilla's favorite speech in the movie.
Quite the costume he's got on, too, actually.
Well, that's why I didn't recognize him at first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help, yeah. Especially with the eye thing there. That's a little bit strange, but...
I like the Harlequin look. Why not?
No, I suppose.
And it's funny because like Gorilla's all like, this guy's a shyster for sure. Or no, it was the next guy who's a shyster. Meanwhile, this guy's just a good storyteller.
Well, that one guy there's just it just reeked of scam there. But anyhow, Scurvy here said Jim. Then he says Cody guys. They said, and Older Greg says, the Klingon, gasp! Keep that Klingon away from the storage compartments. Wrong Klingon. That would have been Worf that got crushed by the stuff in the storage.
Sorry.
Then Scurvy says, I get it. It's funny because it's in Louisiana.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this guy just reeked a scam. Careful here. You're going to have the one guy. Oh, wait, you already passed it. The one guy filming.
Yeah, this guy was he just oozed like creepy scammer right from the start.
Good. Yeah, it was good casting. I like it.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. Then this one here, I should realize that they're both going to be the nice, lovable couple there. But I thought she was going to smack him when he's going, hi there, ladies. Hi there. Then he starts saying hi.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay. I also expected it back.
She's probably heard it for so many years she doesn't care anymore, Gorilla.
Yeah, he probably does it all the time.
Every chick. Yeah.
So, PvP, the one you talked about that was on Buffy, you talking about the blonde?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, that was
a good job playing the dumb blonde here, and she's hilarious.
Well, she kind of played a dumb blonde in Buffy too, though. Like she was a vampire,
almost too much of a bimbo.
She was still pretty dumb, yeah. I think she was Spike's girlfriend for a while in the series, if I remember correctly.
God, I gotta rewatch Buffy. Fuck, that was a good show.
It was a great show, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. It really was PvP.
Yeah.
And here we have like the poor awkward dude.
Right, he's trying to make conversation with his chick, and he's doing a horrible job, of course. And that's why
at least he's trying.
That dirty look. Yes. And of course, she does not want to hear it. That's not why she's here.
That's not why I'm on a ghost tour. Like, this has got to be a long trip, right? Like, because they've gone from day to night. Like, this is at least 2 hours on the bus. How far out are they?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm guessing New Orleans is a pretty big town, so I guess they could be driving a while out to the swamp. So
not really. It's only 800,000 people.
Oh, okay. Smaller than I realized.
It used to be 1.5 million, but it was after Katrina.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot.
Yeah, that really screwed everything over. Unfortunately for them.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of people moved out of there after that happened. Yeah.
Well, what's interesting is that when I was in the South, I was assigned to work in Texas for a couple of weeks, and they got a lot of the immigrants from. A lot of people flooded over there, but unfortunately, it was the bad crowd. It was crime and people on public assistance. So their crime skyrocketed, and the state took advantage of the more people because it was a lot. So they put toll booths everywhere. I'd never seen so many toll booths.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, and then.
Oh, I'm sure they spent all that money on, hurricane disaster relief.
Well, a lot of them were staying in hotels at the time. If you guys remember, they were given hotel rooms eventually and free food and disaster relief clothing and money. But the problem is that I don't know if you guys remember, a lot of them refused to get out to stay. They wanted to stay in the hotel rooms. They refused to go back to New Orleans. So even after New Orleans fixed everything and got everything back up and running, a lot of them still stayed in Texas.
Hmm.
And the reason why I know all
So
this
here we have an awesome
is because
set.
I had people. Yes, yeah, that's true. I do like the set, but the reason why I know
Dude,
all
it's
this
great.
is when I
Like
was
it's.
there. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it's very simplistic, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, it's you can tell it's outside. It's not a green screen, right?
Right, it's well lit, so we can see everything, which is really good. There's just enough shadows and darkness. I think the lighting and the cinematography is really well done in this, because there's so many movies that it's too dark, you can't see what's going on.
Yeah, I keep wondering though
Oh,
that this looks like an actual swamp. I mean, if it's a real swamp, I'm kind of wondering a little bit about what they did to keep the actors safe, because I mean, there are alligators and critters out there, right? So you know,
Well, I
I'm
think
sure there
in
was.
my
They had
opinion,
him sign waivers. PvP. That's what they did.
yeah. Well, they probably had somebody there
no,
with a big gun too. I'm assuming probably. So
no, I can
Oh, there
assure
was
you.
probably safety precautions.
yeah, this guy is hilarious.
Honestly, I haven't looked into it. Yes, I agree. You always got to have the crazy old man that's trying to warn them, don't go, don't go. Well, you got to have that old plot,
You're
right?
gonna
So,
die. You're all good. Then you got that con artist there just going. He's not saying nothing. He's not saying. Just ignore him. Just ignore him. Come on. Start your damn
right.
boat. Start.
He drinks his own
Which this
urine.
guy. This guy could
I
have
think he's
easily
saying
just wrote-
something important. No, he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just
This
Yeah,
saying,
guy
oh, he's
could.
crazy. Right.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I
this
found
guy
so
could easily.
hilarious.
Yeah.
He's
This
totally.
guy could.
Oh, sorry, girl.
So one at a time, guys.
This
And now
guy could have easily
nobody's
just
Ding,
rode
ding,
up
ding.
to the. This guy could have just easily rode up to him and go, "Hey, you're all gonna die," instead of shouting across
That's
the
true,
front.
right? That's
Well,
true.
what I love about the irony of this scene is he might be a crazy old man, but he's less crazy than everybody on the tour, right? So because they're
Well,
really
if
crazy.
you were them, you would think, right? If you were them, you think, well, he looks like he's probably been here a long time. Maybe we should listen to him. But of course,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, he looks like a local, that's for sure.
right. But I wanted to give my input about. There's no way they're going to put the actors on water with alligators. So, I guarantee you, when they show people in boats like this, it's in a lake with no alligators. And the
Oh,
alligators,
okay.
when they do show scenes of alligators, that's from different lakes, and it's not next. It's not really with the actors in it. Does that make sense? That's like two different locations where they shot that.
Yeah, it
I'm
makes
very
total
sure
sense,
about
Bob.
that.
Yeah, total sense.
Right. The worst they're going to get is the fish if they get in the water,
Right.
unless it's a
Maybe
set.
mosquitoes.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Way to
Bob.
ruin the illusion, Pop. Jeez, God, I thought they were all in danger.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
Well, we know it's a
Shattered
movie.
my hope. Shattered my hope.
He tries to whistle, but he has no teeth, so he can't whistle.
Is that a thing?
Catch up on chat real quick.
Sure.
Oh yeah, thank you, Gorilla.
Greg says, drive through daiquiris with lots of rum. New Orleans on Saturday night on Bourbon Street. And Scurvy here says that actor was in The Rock, the eye guy. So one of you may have already said that. He's talking
Oh, you talking about the Rock with
Tony Todd.
We have not mentioned
Tony
that.
Todd.
Oh yeah, the eye guy. Okay, yes.
Yeah, half of New Orleans residents moved to Houston. Yeah. Scurvy here says, why would you move back to New Orleans? Some eventually went home, but most stayed in Texas. Scurvy here
Yeah, because
says, And Scurvy says, Louisiana manages to be even more humid than Southeast Texas. That's an accomplishment. Well,
Yeah, you could say
further
that.
south. Then Greg says, Gators only ate a few actors in the movie.
Right, I think they would shut the production down at that point. I mean, seriously, putting actors on a water with infested with all these different, crocodiles, alligators, and stuff. Yeah, the insurance company's not even going to allow that. So, and I guarantee you, it had to be shot at 2 different locations. They're not going to even come close.
I don't know. Like,
depends on how much they want.
Sorry, Bob. I didn't. I'm just thinking of there was another movie where it's completely not sci-fi, not anything. It's depicting one of the great flooding scene, and there's like a bunch of extras who drowned in that scene, and you can see them dying, and you're just like, holy fuck.
But I doubt that was intentional, right? I mean, did they get in trouble?
No, it was not intentional.
Yeah, let's kill the extras intentionally.
Yeah, we don't need them, right?
Yeah, we don't.
Same
We
on,
won't have to pay them.
That's right. Don't pay the extras if you drown them. It was an accident.
Yeah, budget cut.
Right. Enough said, right.
Did they actually leave
don't
that
remember
in
which
the movie,
movie?
though? That sounds kind of gruesome, Nemesis.
Pardon?
I said, did they actually leave their actual deaths in the movie? Like, that sounds a bit gruesome.
Well, yeah, there's a couple shots where it's very questionable, but yeah, I'll have to find more info for you, and I'll let you know about it.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, but I never heard that before. Wow.
Yeah. All right, Scurvy says, I just kid. Louisiana's all right. Yeah, really. Then
I've yet to
Doyle
visit.
Greg says, swamps are actually pretty scary, especially at night. I've never been in a swamp, so I can't tell you. And we're all caught up.
Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I myself have not been in a swamp yet. No. I'm not much
neither.
of a hurry.
We don't have too many swamps around here up in Canada, so.
The closest thing to a swamp I've been to is having swamp ass.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's not good.
Like, I've been, like, out where I live, we've got things called muskegs, and it's awful. It's kind of like a swamp, but like Canada's version of it.
It's kind of like a frozen swamp, isn't it?
What kind of wildlife is in it?
Further north.
Around it?
Well, I mean, there's no gators and whatnot, but we got moose, coyotes, wolves, bears.
Bears, yeah.
Okay.
Big hungry bears, yeah.
Cougars, apex predators, right? Anything that's bigger than you that's going to kill you.
Yeah, well, polar bears, too. I mean, those are beasts, those things, yeah.
And how we have the ghost light scene.
Right, here's where they're getting the ghost lights. And the tour guide is trying to tell them it's ghost. Well, the tour guide, of course, is hamming it up and telling them that it's ghosts. But, of course, their passengers aren't stupid, and they're saying that it's swamp gas.
Yeah. They're calling him bullshit there. He's getting nervous. He starts fumbling around with all his notes.
Right, and forgetting his accent and keeps changing. And he gets pissed off very easily, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And there's...
Yeah, whenever you're on tours like this, you start calling out the bullshit on stuff like this guy say, they get pissed off so easily, they kick you out really fast.
He's a very poor tour
guide.
Well, we find out why later.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's only been down there for, what, 2 weeks?
There, got past that without showing any nudity.
Oh, were they still doing the titties on the boat like that?
Yeah, I think there's.
They sure were.
Yeah, and it was nice to see the chick from Buffy. Like, she was like 36 when she did this movie, and I was impressed. I'll tell you, because she's holding her age.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, totally.
And here's where they get stuck on the rock.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And panic mode. And of course, now it starts raining, of all things. You least expected. Sorry, go ahead, Gorilla.
Yep. First rule of boating, if you don't know what's underneath the surface, stay away from shore.
Right. Here she is trying to call the cops. Or she's having the cops call the police or something like that. She's not very smart, of course.
That's right. They're playing up that she's the real dumb blonde in this one.
Yeah,
totally.
Exactly right.
Well, stupid as she is, there. You look at her and go, seriously, that's the sperm that won?
Well, can you imagine the ones that didn't, though?
Right.
Yeah.
I think she looks. I don't think she's bad looking.
Oh no, it's a question of intelligence PvP, not looks.
Oh,
She won the genetic lottery in looks, not intelligence.
Not brains. Okay, got it now.
Right. And so this is so the old man, or the older man, apparently he gets a shark. I mean, sorry, not a shark, but a alligator bites him, and she shoots the alligator, scares it off.
Yeah, which
Now,
that would have done nothing. That would just the only thing that would be better is if it will ricochet and hit maybe hit the guy in the other leg. That would have been hilarious. And then the alligator just wanders off, thinking this ain't worth the fight.
That would have been good.
Right. Yeah. Was able to pull the old man out, but he's wounded. And do you guys remember how far you got last week? Was it deep this far, or have we reached that point yet?
Yeah, we got.
We've at least made it this far.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, two women are arguing. Sorry,
no, go ahead, Bob. Sorry, didn't mean. No,
I was just saying the whole time the two women here that are with that Shapiro, the photographer, they cannot stand each other, and it's funny how they're constantly bickering.
Well, and it's like I feel bad for the blonde girl because it's like you just watch some dude get his leg chomped by an alligator. It's like, bro, I don't want to go in the fucking water. What are you, nuts? And everyone else behind you is like in the sinking boat being like, well, hurry the fuck up because we're all gonna be there soon enough anyways. Like, but
yes. And the photographer Shapiro falls in the water.
He's like, shit.
And they're trying to yell for him to get out of the water.
Oh, jeez. Scary. Yeah, things went sideways real quickly once it started to go wrong.
See, and it's funny because it's... Oh, go ahead.
Did they ever establish if the gator actually died or just swam off?
It just swam off.
I think it swam off. Yeah. The bullet may
and it's not the gators you can see that...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're, I'm not sure if she scared it or... Because she shot at it, right?
Yeah.
We missed that little bit? That's why she pulled the gun out?
Yeah, she shot at it.
But she shot at it, but I don't know if it hit it. I don't know if she's that good of a shot. The way she was holding that gun, it was like somebody who's not accustomed to using one. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, she didn't seem to be very good with the gun, actually, for someone packing heat. Like, she didn't seem... She was a bad shot, basically.
Or she was shaking and everything, all that. So, the bullet may have just scared... Or the gunshot may have scared the alligator. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course, they're trying to get the berries and figure out where they are. And here's where she explains the story, which supposedly the real legend of Victor Crowley, because the guy that was in the boat, the tour guide, really didn't know much about it. And this is here we get to see Kane Hodder, the guy who played Jason, without makeup for a change. So he plays the father and Hatchet, or sorry, Victor Crowley when he gets older. So he plays the father and the son. And he's the one I heard was telling you guys last week that he is a famous stuntman. So he not only did he do Friday the 13th, but he's done several things. And I was mentioning to you that he was in a fire at one point. So he's got a lot of surgery, skin, whatever they do with fire. Well, they look like,
Skin grafts.
Yes.
Skin grafts,
it's like, I know if he had his his chest, if the shirt was open, you'd be able to see it. It goes up to his neck.
Ouch.
Anyway, so here's one girl is explaining the story. Of course. So he is a good father, and he is doting over his son. He does care for him.
Well, if he knew he was having problems in town, why did he bring his son along? Could have left him at home.
Well, I thought about that too, but you don't want the kid to be a total retard. The kid needs to get out some trouble. Sorry for using that word. No offense to anybody out there if you identify as one. But I think it was my
Whoa! Anyways,
That was not a line I expected to hear tonight.
Hey, can I clip that? Can I clip that? Can I clip? Bob, can I clip that?
Yeah, that'd make a good clip, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody, so I'm trying to be fair.
no, and we appreciate your politeness, Pop. Thank you.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable, Bob. Thanks, man. A little bit of levity in a horror movie is always good.
Right, and especially in such a tragic and heavy scene as this, which I mean is pretty awful because it's like, yeah, kids are awful. They're gonna absolutely make fun and be relentless about this kid.
Right.
Yeah,
And like even here where they're like hanging out outside the house and like fucking throwing firecrackers and stuff at him, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, that is kind of disturbing. Yeah.
Which I'll tell you right now, unless that would in a swamp area like that, that even if it had varnish and all of that on it, that would not have started the fire because it's not sparking long enough to catch on fire. That makes sense.
You think around all that water, you think it's like the wood's all wet?
Oh yeah. Even dry wood with lots of varnish would have went up like that. You need you need more than a split second of a spark to catch it on fire.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's one thing that is often inaccurate in movies is the fire scenes are pretty far-fetched at times. Yeah.
What speed is this thing bringing back?
Yeah. And I'm a pyro. I know how these things spark up.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
Oh, good to know. And like more confessions tonight. Let's awesome.
Hey,
I'm sure the algorithm will love that line.
Hey, anybody who's caught themselves on fire, it could be considered a pyro.
Oh, I mean, I guess I could be considered a pyro, but we got Suzanne laughing her ass off. Well, we should check the chats, guys.
Sounds good.
Well,
Yes, thank you. Good idea. Yeah.
Greg says I remember a Gator Man Swamp movie with Lon Chaney Jr. Half man, half gator. Then, Greg says, Marfa lights, ghost lights in Texas look similar. Dakota's laughing, and Suzanne's laughing her ass off. Oh, her fucking ass off. No, but, I caught myself on fire because I used for gasoline to start a fire in the backyard there. And I didn't realize I accidentally spilled some on my legs, but I went to go start on fire. My legs started on fire. And my first instinct was to sit there and strip in the backyard, but nope. I decided I listened to the fire department. I stopped, dropped, and roll. When I stopped, dropping, and roll in there, that flame just kept getting bigger and bigger until finally I decided to just start stripping out my pants. By that time, I already had a big old fucking burn on my leg there. And you think any of the fucking neighbors would help? No, they're just sitting there watching.
Well, enjoying the show.
Right? I'm like, that's a flaming strip show. What more do you want? Like that guy taking his clothes off? What do you want? It's like
the only thing that came out of it is the neighbor girl started talking to me more.
They're probably wondering how you managed to set yourself on fire in the first place. They were probably just in shock or something, seeing what they were seeing.
Tell me, Gorilla, when you were all done, did you say "ta-da"?
No, I gave them the universal sign language there.
Oh.
Okay.
the thumbs up, of course.
So were you actually well done, or were you just medium rare, Gorilla?
I was charred. I was charred. It was second degree burns, almost third.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it still took me a week to go to the hospital there to get some burn cream, but the doctor was impressed at how clean I was able to keep the wound.
Good.
Well, that's good. You don't want to get it infected.
Well, that just means that you're going to be excellent in a survival situation.
Yeah, I just had Deb kept rewrapping it at work for me. Some other people were like grossed out by it, you know. There's others that were like, they were grossed out by it, but still like, how they wanted to watch, but they would not help change the bandage. Deb was like, not a problem. She had 4 boys, so she had no problem changing bandages.
Right? Like when it's a one-on-one scenario, I'm usually pretty good, depending on if I know them or not, and like the severity. I usually am pretty good, but sometimes it's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna opt out on this one. And then that was a beautiful shot of the hatchet coming in. Which there's a window right there, and
Yes,
that's really bugged me this whole time.
Yeah.
right. So
Like,
she's telling the story, and this is how Victor Crowley gets the hatchet to the face. He's trying to beat on the door. Of course, he's not very smart, and the dad is getting desperate because at first he tried to kick the door and he wasn't able to. So that's when he grabbed the hatchet, and as he's chopping on the door. Unfortunately, Victor is on the other side.
Yeah. You know what clip we should have gotten? We should have gotten the clip that goes right in the face. I can't remember which movie it's from though.
And this is where I think Kane Hodder does. It's the best acting job I've ever seen him do. He does a really good job, considering he's normally just a stuntman, and he just, like I said, he plays Jason most of the time. So this is his chance to not only show his face, but I think he does a really good job as far as acting is concerned. I've seen a lot worse.
no, he's great. He emotes a lot with his eyes. And that's one of his biggest feats is his just body emoting. Like in the Friday the 13th, when you see him when he gets hit, you can see anger in his body language. You can see and sense a lot from the way he moves and interacts. Like there is no face. Whereas like in that scene, it was all face. There's nothing else. It's the complete inverse of what he normally is. And it was beautiful. He was just emoting with his eyes. You could tell he was sad.
Exactly.
Like it was really well done.
Yeah, I agree. I always liked actors that were capable of doing that emotional range just with their face, right, Nemesis? Like, I've always been impressed by an actor that can do that.
Oh, totally.
Because some, they just can't.
Weren't we pointing it out with Ralph Waite there a couple weeks ago on Waltons?
Oh, Ralph Waite was a great actor. Yeah. Excellent actor.
Yes, I agree.
Right? And like now here's this dude who's just like has like bent and he's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like we just sat here for 10 minutes listening to this story and it's like, yep.
Which is, and honestly, if they were smart, they wouldn't be hanging around in one place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll really cheer you up when you're lost in the swamp.
Yeah, that Victor Crowley story must be like as much of a legend in New Orleans as like our Mary Jane legend is up here. The way she tells the story.
Yeah, Mary Jane, the Queen of Pot.
You missed our Loon Lake stream, didn't you? Where I was explaining.
What?
Gorilla did a film about the local legend. I watched it with him, and it was very interesting, actually, to learn about that.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, Loon Lake. That was the title, right, Gorilla?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's on your channel, Gorilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they come across this little wee cabin in the woods, and they realize that this is probably Victor Crowley's house, which is not a good thing. And this is around the same time we start hearing him wailing and calling his dad, right?
That's right, because the tour guide was doing a real shitty job of it.
For his daddy. Right, and she reminded him, that one lady that was telling the story a few minutes ago, reminded him that he does call out for his father. So we do hear that. And I thought that was a nice touch, which kind of gives you the creeps, especially if you're a kid. If you're like a little kid hearing this story, I'm sure that would spook the hell out of you. And of course, wisely, this woman decides, let's go knock on the door and ask for help.
Oh, boy. Yep. Oh, well.
And of course, everybody's warning them to say no, 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 but she's saying we're going to knock on the door. And she's pissed off that none of them are helping, and she's calling them all cowards. And guess who comes out? Oh, I wish I could play the whole thing, but oh well. I think this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Did you see how long it took her? She waited to file a shot there. I think she was just waiting for something for him, so they didn't have to drag him along. You should put one right in the chest.
Oh, so you think all this was intentional?
Well, she waited pretty damn long to take the shot.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I think it would. But she
Oh,
does
I mean,
stand
you
there,
wouldn't be
so
alive
she
at that
doesn't run
point,
away
though.
yet.
And here comes,
No.
in my opinion, the best death scene in the movie, and just the way they film it here, right? Where they we missed it because
All right, I'll be back.
Oh, that is gross.
Okay.
it was amazing. What are you talking about? That's fucking glorious. So what we weren't able to see because we were skipping ahead to avoid the algorithm or whatever, it does a full 360. So it gives time for them to swap out the real actress with a prop, and it's a smooth transition. So when it turns back, there's no lingering shot on it. He's already ripping her face off, and you can see her cheek already starting to tear open, and then it rips her head off, and you can see her tongue, and it's going, and there's blood spraying everywhere. It's fucking awesome.
We highly recommend you watch this, and make sure you watch
Yeah.
the uncut version, which this is obviously. They would not be able to show this at the theaters, so you want the unrated, uncut version.
Yeah, as much as I get squeamish.
Sorry, were we going to say something, PvP?
Well, yeah, as much as I can get squeamish watching these kind of movies, like Gorilla, has some problems with the blood and stuff too. I gotta say, when I see a practical effect that's really, really well done, I just gotta, give it total respect because practical effects, I think, they rule. I mean, they're so much better than CGI, so much better.
I know. All these years later, we've been using CGI now for decades, and it still does not look realistic. You can obviously tell.
Oh yeah, yeah. Takes me out of the movie most of the time. Movie's got to be really good for me to see a CGI movie.
What wasn't
I think it's an
realistic?
insult to the audience.
What
CGI.
wasn't
We're talking about CGI we're talking about computer effects on gore instead of practical real effects. We're talking about how real practical effects are so much better and more believable.
Yeah, CGI
is just too cartoonish.
Well, I remember seeing, what was it, Van Helsing, I think was the name of the movie, and the CGI in that film was so atrociously bad. I mean, it was more like a comedy than a horror film. I basically laughed, through watching that because it was so bad.
But we did get to see Kate Beckinsale run around in a sexy outfit.
Oh, yeah, still.
There you go.
If I want sexy, there's other places to find it.
A perfect example, though, is when they tried to remake The Thing. And that's a perfect comparison if you ever want to see, because they did the CGI thing. And compared to when we watched the movie, the John Carpenter version with the practical effects, there's no comparison. And that the sequel slash prequel, whatever it is, garbage. Yeah, CGI effects, terrible, cartoonish, takes you right out of the movie. It's an insult.
If they're done well, it can be done if mixed with practical effects. The whole thing is that practical effects, in the back of your mind, there's a tangibility that it's real. Whereas, even with most of the best CGI, your mind knows it's not real. It can still scare you and elicit fear, but it doesn't hit the same as a practical effect. Even if it doesn't look fantastic, it's something more palpable because your brain senses that that's an actual physical object that's interacting with other people.
Exactly.
Yes.
And its surroundings.
It's like when you see spaceships in older sci-fi. I mean, when they use models, I just think it's so much better. Like when they remastered this, TOS, I just think a lot of the CGI looks really poor compared to the actual original, 60s effects.
Yep.
So here we have Mr. and what's his face booking it away from everyone.
Right, Shaviro.
There we go.
Go ahead, Gorilla.
Yeah, can I read one chat here? Suzanne says, Gorilla, I haven't laughed that hard in years. Oh my God, stop, drop, and roll. Hey, so apparently we got Suzanne laughing like Hungry was on Jill's channel.
I'm glad to hear that. Good.
Oh, yeah, geez, I popped on for a couple of minutes before I started my shift today and caught a little bit of Jill's Trek stream, and Man, Hungry. I don't know. Was he on something? Because he was just laughing up like a
No.
madman. Like,
Oh no,
he
he's
was-
always got
I
a
missed
great sense of
Hungry?
humor. Yeah,
Oh,
no, that's
he
how he
was-
always is.
Oh.
He has a great,
Okay.
he has a
He
great
was
sense of
losing
humor.
it though.
That's why I was.
He was so good.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
That's why I was
I was
saying that it
laughing.
was good.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
laughing
go
my
ahead.
ass off just listening to him. He was hilarious.
No, that's why I said. That's why I said that it was good to hear him laugh again. He has a good. He's got a lot of physical issues, but he's always got a
okay.
great sense of humor, and he's always laughing, which is good.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
he's
realize-
amazing. He's one of my favorite people that I've been introduced here. Is Hungry.
Yeah.
Like, and I wish I get to see him more. I'm very sad that I didn't get a chance to even see the stream or interact with him or anything. Not that I didn't want to interact with like Jill or anyone else. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just I never get to see Hungry, so I'm sad that I didn't.
I
Yeah,
know.
he's not on as often.
I'm trying to
as
get him
he
back on these
used to.
horror streams.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd love to have him on the horror streams.
I've seen him pop up on other channels, but yeah, well, he was in some of our early ones. He was involved in some of the early ones, and then his health kind of took a turn for the worse. But I have seen him like on Mark D with a C and some other ones.
Yeah,
I think he does Klobby's channel.
Problems.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So okay, so we have our intrepid bunch talking about Shapiro, who left the two girls. And of course, there they are arguing still, as usual, bickering. And he's still hiding up in the tree.
I don't
Nobody
blame him.
ever looks up. There's an old saying there. Nobody ever looks up. They'll look all the way around, but nobody will ever look up. So you might have been safer up there.
No, Victor
Some people
Crowley
actually
would have found
did
him
that
eventually.
stuff during the war and stuff. Yeah, it's not gonna do him any good. Maybe from the alligators, but not from Victor Crowley.
Yeah, right. Like, and
this
seeing
guy's
it's
such a
like,
pussy. No offense.
well, not only a pussy but a dumbass because he's
no
like
offense
he
to
sees the
Dennis,
shadow
but
go
that's just
across.
one, so sorry.
No, it's okay, Pop. Go ahead.
Nemesis.
I was just gonna say he's
Oh no, I'm done.
Okay. I was just gonna say that he's. I personally wouldn't, knowing that Victor's out there, knowing that no one else is in the group. If I saw someone just run across the way, I wouldn't just immediately pop out and be like, "No, okay, time to run." I would sit there for a good while and make sure they were gone.
I know exactly right.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, he doesn't, and he gets out, and this is what happens.
I mean, at least it was relatively quick compared to other scenes.
Well, yeah, what I like to, yes, and what I do like is they don't waste any time, and once the kill starts, it just goes, and they start dropping like flies. I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like they had to do the establishing shots in New Orleans, which I mean, I get it. And rewatching it a second time, it went by faster, so it's fine. Yeah, no, it's great. And then there's only one of my issues in the movie is coming up here, and it's just more mainly for like frustration. And we'll get there when we get to the next set of kills.
Right. Okay. And here's where they find Shapiro's camera bag. And it is, of course, these two are bickering again, and they just drop it like children. They decide to open it up and check it out. And they find his ID and find out he's not Shapiro after all. He's just a pervert.
No, they found two different IDs.
And one of the best lines in right, with two different cards, one ID and two different business cards. So right, he works for some company.
IDs.
He's a pencil pusher at some company.
I thought I had two different IDs.
I could be wrong.
A producer director. That's hilarious.
Right.
He's not wrong, technically. What's wrong with the side hustle? And she's all upset. It's just like, whatever. If you were going to get your money, you're going to get your money.
Well, you know.
Right, and with,
I think it's funny.
One of the best lines in the movie. One of the best lines the blonde saying, "That's the third time this has happened to me."
Gee, I'm shocked. And he's thinking, yeah, I'm not surprised there, lady.
And now she admits she didn't really go to NYU. It's like, duh, I don't like really focus on that right now, lady. Nobody cares.
Well, no, because the black dude's like, if anyone has any other fucking secrets, let me know now. Because or if anyone's not who they say they are, let me know. And she's just like, I didn't really go to this place. And it's like, okay, fuck. Like, I don't know. Oddly humorous. Not a bust out loud, haha, but like a moment of humor.
Exactly right. So she is who she said she was. She just lied about her education, but nobody cares about it anyway. Especially right now at this point, they're just worried about getting out of there alive, right?
Yeah, I'd say they probably should be worried.
Oh no! Then they find Shapiro.
Ouch.
Poor Shapiro.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty, boy.
Of course, that phone, they found her phone. Of course,
and now there's a little bit of interpersonal.
Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying exactly what you were saying. Just some interpersonal conflict. These guys are all like, blah, 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 establishing dominance, fist fight, drama.
Yes. And that guy and that girl decided to go check out Victor. Well, I guess you got to at some point Victor Crowley's place.
They're going. It's a shed, right? They're going to check out a shed.
They're trying to get gasoline to start him on fire, burn him.
Right, because she surmises that.
Isn't that later in the movie? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just because I wasn't sure if the girl had suggested the theory that he's trapped in this night, and that the only way to stop him is to like set him on fire.
Yes. I'm not sure if that's if they came to that conclusion yet, or is that later? But I could be wrong. You could be right. I could be crazy.
Well, am I crazy, or are there no subtitles on this?
Well, I think I'm getting. There was subtitles, and I'm trying to figure out they were working. Let me see. Yeah, it shows that they're still.
Or maybe this is just a scene with.
Maybe a silent scene or something, but
I haven't seen. Oh,
there we go. Nope, there it is. We're okay.
But I'm just not when I'm doing the frames. I guess it's not catching them when they're talking or whatever. I guess I have a better chance if I play video, but then of course I'm going to take a chance of getting stricken. So here's where she finds her brother that she's been looking for the whole time.
Ouch.
Brutal.
Hey, welcome, DJ Play Nice.
Oh, DJ Play Nice. Somebody new, I think.
He says, "Guy,
hello, good to see you there. I'm glad you could join us."
He says, "Be safe, have fun, take care of your crew."
My pleasure.
Take care, DJ Play Nice. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, it's very cool. Thank you.
That's a great avatar too, by the way.
Crashing in the bushes. Here's where she's standing in front of the bushes and something is making a noise in there. And they tell her don't move. And I like this look on her face. And he tells her don't move. Yeah, you stand there in front of the bush where the strange noises come from, right? But she does not do that very long and she runs over to them and he says, "I told you not to move." So he goes to check it out.
This is good. This is a real good scene.
It's just a raccoon, ain't it?
Yes. He's trying to build up the courage to go check it out.
Well, I mean, they're unarmed. I'd be fucking terrified too. Be like, Oh, why am I the one who
I
has to
was
go and check this shit out?
Yeah, really.
why check it out? Why check it out? I would just run in the opposite direction. I mean, I'm
Well, because they're
I don't care
waiting
if
for their
it's
friends.
really him or not.
Sorry,
I'm
friends.
not
They're
going to
waiting.
stick around to find out. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah, still, I wouldn't be going close to any bushes when there's a madman with an axe running around. So I don't know.
And we missed it. Unfortunately, he bit the dust in a very gruesome way. Unfortunately, I couldn't show much of it, but yes, that guy's no longer around, and he got his arm ripped off.
Oh,
No, he's
jeez.
not. He's still alive.
Well, didn't one of them die though? One of them by the bush? Because when they stepped back,
No.
and Victor
No,
Crowley
no,
grabbed
no.
one of them.
It was a raccoon in the bush, Pop.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and then
but
he
that's
comes and he's going to attack the attack's
I thought-
coming.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stand corrected. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
My player is not acting right. He's hesitating, and I have to keep, like right there, it's freezing up, blocking up. I have to give it a couple
Interesting.
seconds. This is VLC, and I've got plenty of memory, but it's been doing this all night.
VLC does
And I have
seem
to
to
wait
be
a few
acting up.
seconds.
It does seem to often act up on your streams. I've noticed, Pop. Actually, for some reason.
It's probably
Come on.
StreamYard.
Could be. Yeah, that's possible.
102.
Because StreamYard is very taxing on your system.
Meanwhile, why don't we oh no, we only have one. Suzanne X saying, DJ, thanks for coming out.
I apologize for the delay, you guys.
No, you're
No
fine.
worries. Oh, and then we got a beautiful shot of
Here it is.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah, this is
scammer
good
finally got his head chopped off.
Al Capone. And see, unfortunately, we missed it, which the only kill that I have a problem with is this girl. She got a belt sander to the mouth.
Yeah,
And they
that
just
was-
stood around and didn't do anything. And I'm okay. I don't know if you've ever like dealt with like a battery operated belt sander, but it stops pretty quick when you put it to flesh. So,
Yes,
like,
they
did you
have
have an
that
extension
right.
cord?
Yeah, right. They have that built-in safety device where like it won't even cut your flesh. But maybe I guess he was smart enough to remove the
Hey.
safety device. Or something.
Well, Nemesis, you gotta remember this was 15. How old's that belt sander? And this movie was filmed 15 years ago.
Well, but it's certainly not going to be battery operated then. So did you have a fucking extension cord? Like, what are you talking? Like, meanwhile, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing.
No, but you're talking
yeah.
I
about
love it.
you're talking about it might not have had the safety feature to shut it off.
Yeah, I find the belt sander murder that was probably the most disturbing one for me in the film. It was just like, oh, this is so.
And then he picks her up, classic Kane Hodder, and boom! Fucking impales her on a stick. It's amazing.
Yeah.
On the shovel, nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, really, from best to
Boom!
worst,
And
right?
forces her down, too.
Oh, so gross.
Ugh.
Awesome.
I did enjoy seeing the tour guide get decapitated, though. That was a lot of fun, I gotta say. Because I couldn't stand that character. He's the one character I had no sympathy for. Oh boy.
Of course, about to argue and kind of forgot what to do.
Yeah, arguing again when there's a madman running around murdering people. Oh well.
Well, no one has a plan, and, like, they all just want to get out. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. I wanted to show it. They say, "Okay, what are we going to do now?" And he points and say, "Okay, let's go this way." And as soon as he does that, that's exactly where he's standing. See, like that. I love that scene.
Well, and, like, what a beautiful, like, character design, too. Like, he just, it's awesome. And he misses, and,
Yes,
like, and it's interesting, because he, like, takes damage, but, like, keeps getting back up, and you're just like, so once again, very Jason-like.
Yes, and that guy, we kind of went fast, but he did get a pitchfork jab into Victor Crowley's ribs.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
did they ever establish whether he's still alive or if he's like some dead creature wandering in the swamp?
He appears to be a dead creature, right? Like a zombie, I guess, because he would have to be dead. But he's got shot twice, I think, already, and just took so far and took pitchfork to the side.
Right, like he's taken a shot to the carotid artery through a handgun. He's been hit in the face with a hatchet. He's been stabbed with the pitchfork. Like, he's some sort of supernatural creature.
Exact word I was thinking of, Nemesis, supernatural. Yeah, definitely. But that's kind of a trope in slasher films, isn't it? What you have the killer always kind of has that supernatural quality. It seems in a lot of them. So.
Yeah, of course. Like there's a lot of tropes in this movie, but they're not overplayed. Exactly, Pop. They're not overdone.
They were well done. That's why I actually like this movie.
Well, right, and right, and also they don't overdo the background of too much. It was just enough to explain who the characters are, and that's it. When they try to do too much, trying to explain the background, it ruins it. So it's just enough to still be mysterious. We know how he got there, but not much about him himself or why he's immortal.
Yeah.
Right, and they leave mystery to it, which is nice, which is really nice.
And also, there's that element of the comedy, which sort of elevates it too, because it's scary as hell, but you're also having a good chuckle, in some of the scenes, so makes it more fun.
Yep. So you see, this is the scene that I was talking about earlier, or that we kind of brought up earlier. But this is where they go back to try to get gas from those cans, and they tell her to be a lookout.
Oh, jeez.
That's right. And okay, so what was the first reason why they were going in it the first time? Do we remember? Because I don't.
After I was saying when they were in there,
they're looking for weapons.
Weapons.
Oh, okay.
Right, weapons. That's how I got the pitchfork.
Okay.
Thank you, Gorilla.
Good memory, Gorilla.
And these two were watching each other's backs, pretty much.
Dude, like this is this guy's best scene. Like, you want to talk about amazing acting, where he's just like, he's trying to act so tough, and then he just gets the scared, shitless look and hunch down. He's
exactly right.
Yeah, it was amazing. Very well done.
I agree.
And once again, we're talking about expressive eyes and whatnot. He has very expressive eyes. He can act very well with his eyes.
Sorry about the pooches. Hush up, Romeo.
Sounds like even your dog sounds scared. Watching this.
Well, she knows it's coming up.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. We got it. Please come home. And everybody just goes on him. He took that to the brain. Anybody who's seen one of those things, people use it regarding that claw, and it looks like it went all the way in. And he's splashing gasoline all over him, like they planned on.
Which, I mean, not to be that guy. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's strong. She looks stronger than the fucking nerd, so yeah, okay. I'll hold it. And then once again, another little bit of humor coming up.
Yeah.
Well, we got some awesome personal effects, though.
Yeah, but she's probably strong because looking at who her dad and her brother are, she had to probably grow some muscles.
Oh yeah, she's the equivalent of a farm girl, really. Like, she's a swamp girl.
I just love this scene. It's like, finally, it looks like they might have a chance, and then, of course, on cue, the rainstorm comes in. Right at that minute. It's like, I just laugh. I laughed my ass off at that scene. It was pretty dark.
Yeah,
it was funny.
A good little bit of comedy for sure.
Yeah.
And if you notice that it rains just enough to put out the fire, and then the rain stops, of course.
Yeah, I just thought, you poor bastards.
Well, she makes a good point. She's like, this is only bought us time. Like, let's not waste it. Let's fucking get out of here. And I'm like, aha. And then they immediately proceed to waste time after they get on the boat.
Exactly.
I'm just like, keep rowing. No, you fools. And unfortunately, what we missed was I just skipped ahead a bunch of shit. Anyways, we missed the blonde girl's death. He throws her decapitated head. That's
right, and then her trunk, her body, midsection, right. I wish I could show that stuff. Sorry, guys. That's why I encourage you to please watch this on your own. I don't want to ruin it for anybody out there.
Oh, the practical effects are amazing. Well worth watching this, for sure.
And also more than once. I think you'll enjoy it enough for you to watch it more than once.
Rah!
Ouch.
Oh, and he missed.
Try not to miss too much here. But it's hard when you have to show frames, and I don't want to get copyright warning, obviously.
They did show
Not the fun part.
Did anybody ever catch what it said on the one gravestone that they looked at, that they stopped on after they ran past
Green.
it?
One of the headstones, it said Green, the name of the director and the writer.
This is really gross.
So basically, it's a cameo shot.
This is really gross.
Yeah.
That was worse than the murders for me. I was like, how did they do that? I mean, that's talking about a special effect, because the actor is actually, sucking that stuff down in his throat like that.
Yes, the actor is actually. Yes. And he says they're going to rip me apart. So here's where Victor Crowley has a hold of that guy's leg.
Oh, God.
But fortunately, he's able to get loose, right? If I remember right.
You can tell it's in a 50s movie because he's still alive.
All right. At least so far.
The token guy, he's still alive.
That's that pooch.
Was it feeding time?
Does your dog need to go for walkies, perhaps?
It's the dad. He's on the floor. He wants to get up on the bed with the mom, but I just had her groomed, so they're all over her. So he's just being horny, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I empathize, poor bastard. Team. And here's the scene you were talking about, Pop.
Yes.
Oh man, not a good way to go.
Oh, it's like a Mortal Kombat fatality. It was awesome. The only way it could have been better is if we would have like smashed. Yeah, dude, straight up.
Yeah, for a dead guy.
And then boom, classic. Oh. What is that? Friday the 13th, part what? 5? Where he slams.
Yeah, exactly. Right, the girl in the sleeping bag. Yeah. Yes, one of his.
Guys,
you got it, Pop.
Have a good night, Suzanne. It's been a long, stressful day.
Oh, good night, Suzanne.
Good night.
Night, Suzanne. Thank you for stopping by.
Right. Oh, I forgot to put a link to her fundraiser. I'm going to put that back in the Stream Element spot. She had me removed, but I'm going to put it back. So now we're down to 2.
That's right, and then there were 2.
And he's
so,
doing
like,
exactly what I would do.
Now, is he, like, turning or something? Because, like, I'm just okay, like, what?
He's puking out all that stuff that Victor Crowley puked in his mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just up chucking, because, I mean, I've up chucked, too, as some gross creature, basically puked in my mouth. That's pretty nasty.
Same here. I'm surprised he held it in that long, right? I would have done it probably when it was happening.
Yeah, I'd be.
Well, and I was kind of expecting that to happen, just vomit back up into his face and just be like, a little bit of scary movie humor type of thing.
Yeah.
And he just rips these bars out.
He's a strong guy.
And this is funny right here when you think about it, because look how far they get when he gets that spike in the foot. So Victor Crowley is also a good shot.
He sure is. Oh, dude, can you imagine, like,
And he's cheering like, yeah.
Oh, dude, he rolled a nat 20. That was amazing.
He does certainly get off on murdering people, that's for sure.
Oh, it's his land, and yeah, he's...
Well, I guess he ain't got nothing better to do.
God, and like, one of the things we can't show you is the sound of this dude ripping... They're pushing down on the spear, and it's tearing a hole through his foot, because they can't pull it out.
Right.
Ouch.
Ugh.
That is
So, I mean, that's like...
great design on the creature.
And he runs on the spear, which is hard for because I have to skip so many seconds.
You know, this was
well, it's like a bear spear.
Yes.
This
it was one
one
from the gate that he ripped off. Go ahead.
This was probably the one scene in the movie that kind of faked me out, because I was thinking, okay, he just had a spear through him, but he's supernatural. I was totally expecting him to like lunge forward and eat our nerd's face off, you know, like in a few seconds. I was totally expecting that, and it totally faked me out, because of course he didn't, right? So.
Oh, yeah, and I could see that. No, instead he just fucking coughs blood in this dude's face, and it's just like,
poor guy. The puke's bad enough, now he's got the blood to deal with. Jeez, what a day.
And the harpoon through the foot. And then they, like, tore it through. Like, they literally tear his foot in half. Like, it looks like a sandal. And, like, so, like,
right,
that's perpetual nerve damage.
Right,
yeah.
He rips it off of the spear, splitting
Ouch.
his foot. Yeah, very painful, I imagine.
Yeah, by now they're probably wishing they just stayed in New Orleans and partied some more.
Oh yeah. So they leave, and of course he's not walking very well.
Actually, I have a question. Since it seemed like the spear finished him off, you know, I'm just wondering, you know, why that didn't actually totally finish him off. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but
well, because he's supernatural, right? Same reason why a close-range gunshot wound to an aorta, like the center mass is where your artery splits off. So if you hit that, you bleed out within a minute, 2 minutes tops. Like, so he should have been dead immediately. Like, he's withstood. It's supernatural, is my guess. PvP.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just thought that, you know, it takes a few minutes for him to like revive or whatever, right? So.
Right. Well, you know,
and then but it has been. Go ahead, Pop. No. You go ahead.
There's two options. One is it knocks him out temporarily, and then he wakes up and pulls the spear out, or because it works good for the plot.
I like to think both.
One of those two.
I could say it could be both. I agree with Nemesis.
Because like it did when they stabbed him with the pitchfork earlier, he was down for a good 30, 40 seconds. It was like
yes.
And this was the part I was thinking, oh, are we going to have a happy ending? And then I looked at the time, and it's like, no, there's still like 5 or 6 minutes left. This ain't going to be a happy ending.
Awesome. Like they've ripped through the boot.
Oh man, that's painful just to even look at.
Yeah, one of the worst injuries in the movie for sure. You're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I think the only thing would have been worse is
got
chomped by a gator and had the death roll scenario.
Right.
Like it's permanent damage. Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, absolutely right. I was going to say, I know it didn't catch the subtitles, but the boat is the one that belonged to her father. Remember, her father and brother, that's who she came to look for. And that was the two guys at the beginning of the movie. And that's where the boat came from. So people were wondering, would that boat just appear out of nowhere? No, she did say that's my father's boat.
Yeah, she did mention that's my boat. Yeah, I remember that, Pop.
It's amazing they ran right through his boat.
Yes, they did.
It's like it was fate.
Come on.
See, it's funny because as soon as they jumped on the boat, I was like, "Okay, I know what's gonna happen." I was gonna be sad if something didn't happen. Yeah,
you'd be sad if something didn't happen. Right. We don't
I like how. Go ahead, Pop. Sorry.
Go ahead, I was gonna say, you
like
don't want to
how
get disappointed if they live.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine.
I was just gonna say I do really like how they dragged the ending out for the last 5 minutes or so here, because it seemed like they might be okay, and then stuff happened, and then I still thought, well, maybe they might be okay, and then they weren't. That was fun.
I'm a big fan of the final joke of the movie.
What's that?
We're just about there.
Yeah, we're just about there, Gorilla.
And I'm thinking,
So
okay,
she unfortunately gets yanked into the water.
yeah, she didn't
Sorry, go ahead,
fall. She
PG.
got pulled, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yes.
so they pulled a Friday the 13th homage where he leaps out of the boat, grabs the chick, and pulls her into the lake, which is what happens at the very end of the first movie, right?
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
But then I like
Okay.
how our hero here is trying to save her, and it seems for a second like he's grabbed her arm and he's going to pull her up and everything's going to be fine. But then we realize it's not really his arm, right?
Well, I mean, it is his
Right.
arm.
Well, it is his arm. It is his arm, right?
Well, at first it is, but then it ends up being somebody else's arm that pulls her up.
And she's also
No, it's his arm. Right? Yeah. And we're panning around. Her feet are stuck. So we're like, oh no, is she going to drown? We don't see Hatchet. Buddy's hand is down there and she finally gets it. And then it's Hatchet holding his arm and he's all like, "Ah!" And she's just like, no! And he's bleeding out in the fucking back of the boat.
Yeah. And they're all done for. Actually, we don't.
And
Do
you
we
can
ever
tell.
do we see her actually
ahead.
die? I can't remember now. Or is that off screen?
It's off screen.
No.
She looks over.
Yeah.
She sees the other guy laying in the boat, and he can't really do much. But what I like is the
Yep.
fact you can tell Victor Crowley is loving this. He loves
Yeah.
to see the fear on them, which is very cool.
And
Yeah.
this last 15 seconds of the film, just this 15 seconds, gets the Covenant fuck you out of 10.
Why is
Just
that,
because-
Please explain.
Because this whole movie, I've had to sit there and watch all these people get their limbs ripped off, their heads twisted off, their guts spewed out everywhere. Then finally, we get to the last person still alive. And then, roll credits. If you're going to make me sit through all that, at least show me her getting ripped apart, too.
I apologize for that, Gorilla. I'm sorry you're severely disappointed.
Yeah.
Well, I think we knew what was going to happen without actually seeing it anyway, right, Gorilla? So, but I understand your disappointment, though, man, for sure.
Well, I had to sit through every other death, so why not that one?
It's almost as if it's a cliffhanger. Like maybe they want you to tune in for the second one.
And there
Right?
is a second one, isn't there?
Good luck with that.
There's 3 of them.
There's four of them total.
Oh my god.
Are the sequel any of the sequels near quality as this one or no?
Yes, they're all good. And if I had a choice, I'd be showing them the next 4 Tuesdays or 3 Tuesdays.
Don't
We've
do
already
it.
seen one. But
Don't
I
do it,
recommend
Bob.
all you guys check them out. I recommend everyone check them out. Hatchet 1, 2, and 3, and the last one is called something like The Legend of Victor Crowley, but it's got Victor Crowley's name in the credits. So there's a total of 4 of them.
Sounds like a folk song, but
The second one,
Not really.
like the second one, is so good. I wish I could start it right now. And what that is, a bunch of rednecks all grab a bunch of guns and they head out on the boat in search for Victor Crowley. So it's kind of like a
sounds
comedy
good.
horror, right? Comedy horror, aliens, where you had all these military soldiers on the
that sounds good.
ship,
Darn.
and they're searching for the aliens. It's kind of like that, but it's a comedy with a bunch of rednecks, and it's funny.
Redneck comedy. Well,
And
done
good,
there.
so good. I don't want you to. Well, Emily, I don't want you to be disappointed. It's good. It's still got the horror, the gore, but it also the comedy with the rednecks. So I
Well, it's
highly
definitely
recommend.
one
That's
to
what I'm
put
saying.
on the list, on the watch list for sure, Pop. Like I'd watch it for sure. But
Well,
I
if
think
you guys
your idea
enjoy,
of
go
I
ahead.
think your idea of mixing it up over the next few months and just experimenting with different types of films like, Hammer horror or sci-fi or, classics or whatever. I think it's probably good to just mix it up for a while and just, see what people actually, want, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Yes, and like I said, everybody, please vote. I want everyone to feel like they have some involvement, and I'm willing to listen to all you guys. So yeah, because obviously I wouldn't have any stream if it wasn't for you guys. So I definitely want to be able to customize it, not be stale. So it'd be good to change it up every now and then.
Well, you seem to have a good, faithful audience for these streams that come back every week, which that's really awesomely cool. And of
It
course, we
is.
love being on your panel, of course. So we're going to be here, if there's any way we can be, unless something else came up and you couldn't make it. But I think you built up a good little, show here. I enjoyed
Well,
it.
and I know I kind of pushed it, and I know I kind of pushed it tonight as far as gore. But I mean, hold on a second, guys.
Whoa, whoa! Speaking of gore, sounds good. It's getting action packed over there, Pop. Oh my!
All right, so why don't we? While Pops is doing that, PvP. What are your thoughts on the movie?
I liked it. I was surprised. I'm not a big gore fan. Like I never could get into Friday the 13th. Quite honestly, I remember going back to the first one back, in the early '80s or whenever the hell that thing
Sorry
was.
about that.
And I went there with all my friends, and of course they're loving it, and I'm sitting there going, I just can't get into this. It's just too gross. I just can't do it, and I
Which
hated
one's
it.
that? That's right. I missed it. What
First
was
Friday
that?
the 13th. I just could not get into that
Oh,
film.
okay.
All my friends loved it, of course, and I'm the one, sensitive
That-
guy that just can't stomach it.
That's the one with no Jason. That's the one where his mom was killing people.
Yeah, the mom.
That's right.
That was the best part of the movie, actually. At the end, when you found out it was the mom, that was kind of cool, actually. But this I enjoyed way more because one, it's got great pacing. I actually found all the deaths very creatively done, so that was kind of fun, even though I'm not a big gore guy. And the humor was awesome, and the cast was great, and the writing was great, tight direction. I mean, it's just a good film, right? So yeah, I like this one.
Well, good, because that's why I chose this. I figured this is a good gateway to get you guys used to watching gore, and it shows that it can be done with taste, in my opinion. I know it's gore, but it's still done with taste.
The gateway to gore. There you go.
Right. So it's not just gore for the sake of gore. It's actually got a good script, which makes it more entertaining. Because just like CGI, you can't make a movie based around just that. Because there's plenty of that. I mean, if we want to see just people hacking at people with a bad plot, there's a lot of movies like that. But I thought this is a good balance, like I was talking about earlier. I don't know if I'm already giving my review or not, but
yeah, that's a good one.
I like this movie.
Did you want me to give my rating then, Pomp? Or
I was thinking about that. I guess we could do that next. We can hold on just a moment. Let me zoom in.
But no rush. I mean,
There we go. All right.
Chat.
No, you're right.
Okay.
This is what we usually do. And as a reminder, before we do this, everybody in the chat, if you haven't done that, please consider voting and let us know what you're rating on what you think about this movie. And maybe if you haven't done so, hit the like and subscribe and hit the alert button so you can watch more fantastic streams like this one. All right. Now, without further ado, go ahead, PvP. What did you think about this movie? And
I
you got
liked
to share your channel with us.
Yeah, I liked it. I ended up giving it a B- in the poll because as I say, gore films aren't my favorite kind of genre, but for a gore film, I really enjoyed it, so I give it a B-. I don't think personally it's got a lot of rewatchability for me because I think it's one of those films. If if I watch it once, I got the story, I got the comedy, I enjoyed the actors, I enjoyed the death scenes. It was all really well done. But it's not the kind of film I'd rewatch, too often. So, but I thought it's in the B category, so I give it a B-. And my channel.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Music. Yep. Please do.
Let me ask you a question. You said probably not watchability. You probably wouldn't watch it again, but would you watch the sequels? Did it entice you enough to where you would check out the sequels?
I would definitely watch the sequels if they're close to the quality of this film. I would definitely.
Right, as long as they hold
check
up.
them out.
Right.
Yeah, I'd watch them once at least. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. Well, I do recommend it, so thank you. And yes, and hopefully we'll be getting some. You have a music list. I didn't want to talk when you were talking about your music list. If you'd like to say that again.
No, I'm just working on it. I worked on. I've got a second list of songs that are 3 minutes or less. I've got a second one I'm working on. It's just about there, but I'll probably get around and upload it next weekend sometime. So yeah, I do a little bit, but I would like to. What I'd really like to do one of these weeks is finally get around to doing some live streams. Maybe by December. I'm kind of hoping. So but that's about
Yeah,
it,
that'd be
really.
great. And I'm here if you need any help.
Yeah, I would definitely
All
really
right. Well, thank you. I
appreciate your help.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
All
I would
right.
definitely
And
appreciate
now,
your help on
Gorilla.
that.
Anytime.
Well,
What say you, Gorilla? Tell us your final grade and tell us about your channel, please.
well, I'm not sure how I want to rank this because, in all honesty, this ain't my type of movie. Movie there. I'm not into these slasher films and all that. And the only reason I watched it
know.
is so I could be on the panel tonight with you there.
Well, and I appreciate you sticking through. Yeah, I appreciate you watching because I know it's not your type of movie. So thank you.
I do like the plot line that you had the deformed guy that's been treated like shit coming out for revenge. All his life comes out for revenge when he has a brutal death, and he's he's pretty much out for blind rage and revenge and all that. But then again, don't get me wrong, I'm a titty guy, but we're in the day and
We
age.
got some of that too.
But we're in the day and age. If I want, you can't rely on titties in your movie either. With this day and age, because I could go to 20 different sites right now and see some hell. I could probably text about 5 or 6 different people and go out and tell them I'm having a bad day. Oh, but there's my titties. But
Right.
so that whole filming thing, it seemed kind of pointless. The Mardi Gras thing, that makes sense. That happens all the time, But the whole point, the filming thing, they could have totally changed that whole story. You still could have had a dumb person, but not make him like a ditzy dumb person there.
Uh-huh.
You could still have had the thing there. I just don't know how to rank it because for a horror film, it's probably ranks high, but it's just not my type of film because I'm not because Blood and Gore really got wrecked with me with what's that one director I likes to do slow motion, and it was the 300 there, and every time they went
Zack Snyder.
yeah, Jack Snyder's 300 cut wrecked slashers for me.
I know. So yeah, once again, thank you for being able to make it through this without getting sick or anything. Would you like to share with us about your channel?
Well, I do lots of shorts. I'm gonna try to do at least like one short a day there because people kind of seem to be interested in the shorts there, whether it's a beer short, a food short, or I still gotta get around to do my comic shorts there. But I'm gonna try to do like one short a day. But I got 4 scheduled live streams a week. That's 2 watch parties at Justified and then Sunday Cinema. We're gonna be watching American Wedding here on Sunday. But Friday there we review the Waltons. We're up to the Airmail Man in season 2. That Saturday, I think I'm changing my mind because I don't want to violate one of my rules on the very first stream because I got 2 rules for when we're picking movies. No silent. No silent films because I do not have the attention span for it, and I like to talk about the dialogues in films. There, plus I don't have the attention span for that. I tried very hard with silent films. I've tried it with Metropolis there, and I've even tried it with Mr. Londell's movies because I generally enjoy about 90% of the movies he uploads. But even then, I couldn't sit through the silent films and all that. They're especially. I just don't have. I need dialogue there, but and I don't.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, and I don't want movies like over 3 hours long and all that. And the very first movie I picked was apparently 3 hours and some minutes.
Yeah, so it's like 184 minutes, I think, roughly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change. I think I might change it to something else.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Well, there's
It's
lots.
totally fine. You can always change your mind.
Lots of good Jules Verne films, actually, Grilla.
Yeah, so
I'd be happy
yeah,
to recommend some if you like. You know, I could always do that. Send you a list or something.
yeah, and if you decide to join us on Saturday's PvP, we'll add you in the rotation for picking movies.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I would definitely be up for. You're going to do like a watch party for these, or just a review, and you have to watch
Review.
it on your own.
Well, it's
Okay.
a review because usually it's just me and Germ and maybe a couple others pop in to say hi on Saturday nights.
Right.
Usually it's just me and Germ watching Babylon 5, and so I thought let's get something that people can actually listen to rewatch.
Right. Okay. I'll just send you. Maybe
sense.
I'll send you a tweet sometime this week, and maybe I'll make a list of just a few recommendations to help you out.
All right.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add about your channel, Gorilla?
No, that's all.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for sticking through the movie with us.
Yeah.
So, okay, going clockwise, it looks like it is Nemesis Eden's turn. Nemesis, what say you? What did you think about this movie, and would you like to share anything about your channel?
Wow. I thought this was a fantastic slasher film, especially considering all the garbage that can be out there that it's competing with. Like, it had Kane Hodder in it, it had Tony Todd in it, it had Robert Englund in it. Like, the cameos were fantastic and really appreciated. And when it comes to the actual gore, like, it was really well done. Like, it was practical effects. It was really well done, tasteful. There were parts where I'm just like, don't get me wrong, I love gore to a point, if it's tasteful. But like, there are scenes, especially in like movies like this, where it's like, this person should be dead already, and they're not, very clearly, and they're like still screaming away, and it's just like slightly unrealistic. I mean, of course, we're talking about a supernatural slasher movie here, so realism is slightly subjective, but parts like that take me out of the movie.
Suffer. Right? Sometimes they spin the death scene so you can watch them suffer.
True, and I mean, if the character deserves it, fine, but like in this case, I didn't feel like the redneck brother really did deserve it, or getting like ripped in half and having his spine ripped out while he's still screaming, and I'm just like,
right. It hurts. It hurts. Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Oh, dude, right? And I'm like, well, bro, like the blood loss immediately from it. Anyways, we're not talking about realism, so the film isn't super realistic. We'll talk for when it comes to that gore, but in regards to like the story, it moves along at a really nice pace. There's titties in it. Like, I mean, once again, I am like Gorilla to a point. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a boob man. Like, I really am. But I also can appreciate it. Like, I understand that I can just go and look at porn on the internet, but like, I can appreciate the female form in movies like this too, right? It's what separates the perverts from the connoisseurs. It's
Great line. Great line.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But no, it was tasteful to a point, but yeah, it certainly made it a little bit of a hindrance for us showing this film. But all in all, like, the characters were all decent. Like, I know everyone's in their own unique opinion, but I didn't really want to see any of them die. Like, even the argumentative girls, because I'm like, yeah, I get your plight. Like, but also, that's why I just said, in my opinion, Gorilla. God, you're all like, oh, we had to shit through it. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, solid A-. It's great. If you haven't seen this, please check it out. Just for the practical effects, for the cameos from some famous horror aficionados, I guess. Like, how do you want to describe Tony Todd? Icon. Thank you, not aficionados. Yeah, some horror icons. Yeah, check it out. Like, the acting's all good. No one's there is like where you're just like, oh my God, like, this is awful. So yeah, check it out. A-. I recommend it. Definitely. It's worth at least one watch. And I would definitely check out number 2. It sounds fantastic. It sounds like Aliens meets like Friday the 13th. Oh my God, part 4, where they have like the paintball tournament out in the woods.
But if any of you guys do check out the sequel, let me know what you guys think about it. So yeah, on the side note, if you do see the sequel, let me know what you think.
Oh, Pop, can you post a link to the sequel sometime? Like, no need to do it this week, but eventually. Because I mean, if it's a good link, I will.
Yeah, I can do that.
So,
I think it was soap today.
Was it soap? Okay.
Sorry, what was that, Gorilla? I think it was soap today. I went in and touched Hatchet, and it shows you all of them all lined up.
Yeah, it's just soap wasn't working the other night because I actually had to send Gorilla a Lost in Space link last night, which luckily worked for him on a different site. But
yeah, it seems to be on and off thing I've noticed. So yeah, that's why when I watch the movies, I try to at least a couple of days ahead of time to make sure that I don't miss it. I don't want it to fail at the last minute.
Definitely.
But I understand. But
if I remember it, if you go to Soap Today and type in Hatchet, it'll just show all 4 movies, I think, if I remember.
Oh, that's good.
It's a pretty good site. I know it's down sometimes, but it's a pretty good site. I give you credit.
Yeah, it's generally very good. Yeah, I found a lot of good stuff on there, actually.
Then is there anything you'd like to add about your channel?
Yeah. I've just been doing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel links and posting that. The Casey Cup first round is done, so don't have to do any daily grinding with that, but I will still be uploading videos as I can. Not sure if I should be doing commentary or not. It's a little difficult when, to try and explain the rules to people when you have, 1:30 over the entire duel to do stuff. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get into that in the future. But for now, expect more videos. And if you haven't subbed to me, please do. Even if you just subscribe and don't ever watch another video, I encourage you to watch all my videos. But please show up and thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here tonight and giving the review. I'm really glad you enjoyed the movie.
Oh, it was an honor being here, Pop, as always. Thank you for having me. And thank you to everyone who's been here in the chat. Thank you all for sticking around and listening to my nonsense and everyone else's amazingness.
Okay, I think if I can get this here, that's that. All right, I guess you guys can figure it out, but I like this movie, so I'm going to give it a straight up A+, because it's... even when this was made in 2006, most of the horror movies were just carbon copies of Friday the 13th and stuff like that. The cast were all mostly, it seems like most of the time when you watch movies like this, the cast are just 20, 50 people, almost 30 playing teenagers. And I think what helped, what you guys were mentioning about the characters, and you're more concerned when they die in this movie because the characters are fleshed out. They're not one-dimensional like in the Friday the 13th and all that, where you can't wait till they die. And it's okay, when's that person going to die? When's that person going to die? So I like the fact that the characters were well-rounded enough where you cared. And I think it made it a little more interesting, the order of them dying. And there's always that trope where you're trying to find out who's going to survive at the end. And I like that they changed, kind of turned that on its ear, and nobody survived that we know of. And it makes you wonder, will there be a sequel? Will they show her again? Well, I guess you have to check out part 2 if you want to find that out. I'm not going to give away the spoilers, obviously. And like you guys said, I think the casting was wonderful. It was great. And like I mentioned on the last stream, I liked it was people of different ages. I liked the fact they had the older couple involved. Of course, they were dispensed relatively early in the movie, but it was still nice instead of just a bunch of, like I said, teenagers repeating the same thing over and over again. And of course, the effects were magnificent. They were superb, I would say. And of course, I'm going to mention, shout out to Kane Hodder for, I think, an excellent acting job. I mean, they were all good actors. They were all as well cast, like I said, but Kane Hodder, I think it was a surprise performance for him. And it was really nice. I think it adds that extra touch to the movie. So, like I said, A+. And tomorrow on, and as a reminder, since we're talking about this again, I want to remind everybody, please vote in my community tab on what we should do with our Tuesdays so we can have a different topic every week. And tomorrow we're going to have Gilligan's Island with Gorilla's Random Thoughts and myself. And then Saturday I'll be back with another Rumblings from the Lab. And stay tuned. And please, if you're able to join us on next Monday, where we are going to cover the last episode of the original Lost in Space, the last episode of the first season, and which is exciting because we're going to be showing the original pilot the following week, the unaired pilot, and then we're going to go straight into season 2 where it'll be full color. So yes, I urge you to please tune in, and like I said earlier, if you haven't subbed or hit the like button, maybe do that. And if you guys have any comments after the and or suggestions, remember add them. Vote in my community tab. Sorry, I'm exhausted. I'm glad we made it to the end of the movie, and I put a poll in the chat for you guys to vote there. I'm going to go ahead and end that and share the results with everybody.
And PvP, check private chat.
Here we go.
What's that, Gorilla?
Look at the private chat.
Ah, yeah, I see you posted something there. Okay, thank you. Oh, I just got a threat secured notice from AVG, so maybe that's not the best site.
Well, SOAP today.
Yeah, well, it says threat secured. Sometimes SOAP can be really good, and other times I do get a warning from AVG that there could be.
So you have AVG on
because
on
it
your
was
computer.
infected with URL scam. The thing with SOAP is I think there are various sites. Some of them are reliable and safe, and some aren't. So I'll find it on my own anyway, though, girl. It's no big deal. It'll be easy enough to find, I'm sure.
Right.
Okay, so PvP, you have AVG on your computer, is that right?
Yeah, I have the basic AVG, with the basic protection, because Jill recommended it to me, as far as a free virus protection.
My question is, my question, yeah, I'm familiar with the AVG. My question is, when that screen pops up, does it give you the option of bypassing it?
I don't think
or
it does.
does it just say no, you can't do this?
Oh, I've already closed it, so I can't read it now. Sorry, Pop.
No, but you can try it again. What I'm saying is you should be able to bypass it because it's safe.
Okay,
AVG is just a little more paranoid than it should be.
Nope.
Yeah,
I just tried it a second time, and it's a threat warning again. So.
But does it give you the option of bypassing, or does it block you completely?
No, it does not.
That's too bad.
The funny thing is, it looks. I gotta say, the logo looks different than the usual SOAP logo, so maybe it is like a fake site or something. I don't know. Well, anyway, I can find it on my own. It's no big deal, guys.
Well, let us know if you cannot. But sometimes with AVG and other virus protection programs, there's two features. That one watches for viruses and alerts you if you have viruses, and it'll also clean them out. But another version is like that is probably turned on your computer, is a safe web search is what they call them, and you might want to end up turning that off. That is what my roommate has on his router, and it's an old McAfee one. But you don't necessarily need the web browser thing turned on. What you should do is turn that off and leave just the one that looks for viruses on. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not good at technical stuff. Maybe I'll ask Jill because she's like the computer wizard. She might be able to advise.
Right. Tell her what it's doing. Yeah, tell her what it's doing, and she knows what to do.
Thing is, generally, most of the links Gorilla has sent me are fine, Pop. So it's very rare I get these pop-ups. So I am a bit leery when I do because I'd rather not take a chance, if you know what I mean. I got enough things to deal with.
You've used SOAP today in the past before, right?
I've used it many times, and it's I'd say 90% of the time it's fine. It's just every once in a while I'll click on a link and I'll get one of these warnings. So I basically just usually I'll just do a Google search and I'll find stuff that's fine. So I'm sure I'll be able to find it. I have another website that I use regularly too, which I actually sent a link for Gorilla to watch Lost in Space yesterday because he was not being able to watch it on SOAP. SOAP was down, and he watched it on that site, and it worked great because that's where I watch Zorro all the time, right? Because it's got like the whole series, so it's good, really good site.
Okay, all right, I appreciate you doing that. Thank you, and keep us up to date though. Let us know if you're able to find it. Okay.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
All right. So everybody in the chat, here's the results. It looks like we had 8 votes. And question is, what grade would you give Hatchet? And it looks like B plus to B minus gave it a 50%. Nice. A plus to A minus 37%. D plus to F minus 12%. So I did get some of those. We were laughing about that on Jill's stream earlier. But there's no such thing as an F minus, but that's what happens when you really don't like it, and then you double down on that.
They give you the F minus option, right? So
yeah, that's why I put it in there. Right.
I thought I was going to be the only one that put the F in, so I told Scotty he could blame the F on me.
Well, it looks like nobody gave it a C plus to a C minus, so I think that's interesting.
It's a film you either really like or don't, I guess, basically.
Right, I guess it's considered divisive. But I want to thank everybody in the chat for voting, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was like Jill's stream today. Cool. I think I was the only person in the chat that gave it an F.
No, I did too.
Well, Gorilla.
Oh, you did.
I was going to say, well, Gorilla must not have been there, right?
I was thinking a lot of you guys must have been crazy because you're giving it like A's and B's, and I'm thinking this episode gets A's and B's. Like, really?
I gave it a C.
They were like Balance of Terror. Well, yeah, your vote was reasonably fine, but seriously, I mean, did Scotty give it like an A or something? It's just like Scotty.
I can't remember what Scotty said. I know Hungry Boy liked it.
Hungry Boy loved it, apparently. Yeah.
It was like a B something that Scotty gave it, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I thought it was great when I heard Jill go, she's giving it like an F or whatever. I thought, thank you, Jill.
Finally, did you buy some lottery tickets for Gorilla?
I'm doing it in the morning when I go get my breakfast sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, she let rip a couple times. So that's
I only heard it once. She stopped herself. She stopped herself once, and then there's another time she just let her go. She was like, "What the fuck?"
Excellent. I'm gonna have to watch that sometime later this week. Was Jill cursing or something? Or it's always fun when Jill starts cursing.
Yeah, because I had to buy a lottery ticket.
I guess she really did not like that episode, and she was not afraid to say so.
Well, the one thing I disagreed on, I just watched like 5 minutes, and then I started my work shift. But I remember Jill said something about the only one I think she hated more was Alternative Factor from season 1. And I thought, Jill, I got to be honest, I actually enjoy Alternative Factor a little bit more than Children. Because I think Children is like, it's got to be in the bottom 3 or 4 of the entire series for myself personally, right? At least Alternative Factor has that horrible beard the actor's wearing. Plus, he falls off a cliff, 2 or 3 times, which I find absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so I laugh every time I see him dive off the cliff because it's just so dumb. It's just like it's priceless, comedy gold, right? So, yeah.
Oh, and I liked that it was shot at Basquiat's Rocks, so that for me that helped.
That helped definitely, yeah.
All right, how are we doing on the chat, Gorilla?
Let's see. PvP, do you give this movie 2 eggnogs up?
No, I do not give it 2 eggnogs. I don't even know what that means, Lemon.
The Scurvy says PvP live.
It's like the old Siskel Lieber reference. 2 thumbs up.
I'm only one person, so I can't really give it 2 thumbs. I'll give it 1 thumb if that makes any sense. But that's a moderate thumb. That's like in the B level, so
There you go.
Still good though.
All right, Scurvy says the key word is tasteful.
That's right. When it comes to gore.
Then I put the links.
And
I put the link in here to that soap today. And this is Nemesis channel. Daniel says,
Thanks, Lemon.
Cast.
Maybe we should add a titty rating.
Good night, everybody.
Lemon.
Night, Broiler Greg. And PvP one. That's all the chats.
Yeah, maybe we should add a titty rating so it had 8 titties or however many times we see a titty in the movie, right?
8 titties.
I mean, I can start doing a titty count in the movie if you want me to. That's fine. I got no problem with that.
I'm guessing Right. There was two women, and I think they showed their boobs maybe 3 or 4 times.
Then they got the Mardi Gras scene with
that's true. The Mardi Gras.
So there must have been at least 20. Must have been 20 sets of titties in this movie, at least, I'd guess.
That's not.
I'm counting only about 9 or 10.
Yeah, I give him credit.
Oh,
yeah. Considering
I'll have to rewatch that part.
And then we watch it just to be sure, right? But it's definitely better than movies now where you're not even going to see one.
Just for research purposes only, understand. So, just for research.
Exactly. So, is there anything you guys would like to add before we wrap this up? Because I guess we did pretty good tonight. We moved along at a pretty good pace. It's not too late. But I know some of you guys
2.5 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so a reminder again, I hate to drum it in, but remember, everybody, please vote if you get a chance in the community tab. Let me know what you guys think. Or let me know if you have any suggestions what I could do with this stream.
Yeah.
And I want to really thank everybody in the chat.
Because without you, we would not have this stream at all. And I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. And please come back for the next one. That's what we need to figure out is what will be next week. Should we do a Hammer movie? But what I'll do is I guess I'll close the poll here in the next day or so. And then I'll take from that, and then we will come up with the idea. And Nemesis, I'll contact you on what order. Because you put when you suggested earlier, a good order. That was really good. And if you can remember, can you send it to my Twitter?
Yeah, for sure, dude. No worries.
Yeah, so that sounds exciting. We're going to be updating it. And like I said, we'll switch it up so it doesn't get so boring.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun to have a variety, actually, Pop. I think that's a great idea that you've got there.
Thank you. I hope so. I hope it works. I hope everybody... go ahead.
What time are you doing Gilligan tomorrow? Because I want to try and be there because I really enjoy those.
9 o'clock.
Gilligan's Island will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I have to keep remembering I'm on Mountain Time
now. Okay, so that'll be what, 6 Pacific? I'm guessing that.
No, Pop, it'd be 8 o'clock is your time tomorrow because it's 9 o'clock mine. You're only an hour behind me now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you do it. That's right. It's an hour later because you finish your stream. Thank you. So it's 8 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. I'll miss a bit probably then, but that's okay.
Okay. And yeah, we're gonna have 2 more episodes of Gilligan's Island, and we're getting close to the 2nd season. So yeah, do check that out, everybody, if you get a chance as well. And is there anything that you guys would like to add? I know we talked about it. We gave our reviews. We talked about our channels. Is there anything else you guys would like to add before we close this up?
No,
nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Okay. I can't think of anything too important actually that comes to mind to Pop. So
yeah, just Cody guys says have a good one, and then Scurvy says thank you.
Well, thank you everybody in the chat, and especially thank you everybody on the panel. And thank you everybody on the panel, especially for spending time and helping us bounce off ideas. I thought it was fun tonight. So thank you. I couldn't have done it without you guys. It was great fun.
I really enjoyed the stream tonight, Pop. It was awesome.
Likewise.
Yes, it was fantastic. Yeah, it was.
But then it's always cool hanging out with you guys. You know, it's always fun.
Of course. Yes, and everyone in the chat too. Thank you for being here.
Chat, yes. We're nothing without the chat.
Right. Never a disappointment and never boring. But if you have to work tomorrow, get to bed as soon as possible. Or if you got to eat, make sure you don't forget that. Drive safe. Try to stay warm. I know it's getting cold in some areas. But thank you especially for spending time with us. Yeah, I know. Here too. In fact, our snow's supposed to start dropping any day now.
Yeah, we still got leaves on the trees, but there's less and less of them every day, Pop. So it's like winter's not too far off. So, oh well.
Yep, that makes sense. All right, well, thank you all, everybody. Personally, I really appreciate it. Like I said, drive safe tomorrow, and I will see you guys soon. Please be here if you're able to for Gilligan's Island tomorrow night. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.